Hello, everybody. It's her fault. It really was. She was outside and she likes to wrap herself around the pole of my handicap ramp. Yeah, her fault. I love having a scapegoat, especially such a cute one. Oh, my friends. Hello, Nana Laura. Hello, Jerry Matthew Boyd. What? It's doing it again. I see Jerry saying hi to Morty, but I don't see Mortimer. I see Jerry saying hi to Buzzy Pug and Nana saying hi to Buzzy Pug, but I don't see Buzzy Pug. Maybe. Hey, well, okay, fine. Jeez, Louise, I'm trying to solve a mystery here. I wonder. I'm going to go on my phone. And sorry, Mortimer Duke. I'm sorry that I stopped responding. I had to hurry up and finish the cases. So whatever you said to me after I replied, I haven't read it. I'm sorry. All right, let's try this. I'm going to switch it on here. To all messages. Okay, hopefully that solves the issue. Now, close that. Okay, hopefully we're good. Oh, hi, Billy. Are you here because I told you there'd be treats if you came and were cute? Of course. Oh, cat camera. Hey, quit nudging the mouse, jerk off. That's how videos end up where the for a short duration of whatever clip I'm editing ends up where you can only see an eighth of the video because it gets knocked off screen by your head bonking it. Jerk face. I love you. Get off the keyboard. Oh my. You're something when you want your treats. Something when you want your treats. All right. Yep, go to the tower. I'll get the treats. Gotta get a whole new bucket for this. Yes. Oh. All right, you guys ready? Ta-da! Ta-da! Billy, you're so lazy. You're like, I'm just gonna wait till she throws them on my shelf. Get some in the little cubbies. They won't find them till tomorrow, so It's not like they're getting over-treated. All right. Thank you, Jerry. We're breaking into Jerry's Special Kitty creamy and crunchy cat treats. Put those right in the drawer right away. You know, it saves a lot of headache. All right, hopefully I get to see all the comments now that I've flipped it. But if I don't see your comment, please don't be mad at me. It just means I'm not seeing all of them on my end. I don't know if they'll show in the live variation in the corner or not, whether I see them or not. So it may come to an instance where I'll see a comment in that chat down there that I don't see in my chat over here. Fun times. I do not need glasses. Jerry being mean to me. No, it's Bellingham. Auntie M dubbed that church court the very first time I ran it. And it's been church court ever since. And it's one of her favorites. It's one of many of our favorites. And the judge. He's kind of one of my favorites, but not because he's a good judge or anything. He's just adorable. I love him. He's very cute. Hello, Iron Mother. Oh my goodness. Let's see here. Sobe Liz, hello, sweetie. Haven't seen you forever. How's work going, love? Hello, Otto. Joey Bag of Donuts, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I'm not seeing Mortimer at all. I keep seeing people replying to Mortimer, but I'm not seeing Mortimer. I did not accidentally block him on my end, did I? As far as like me? I'm not the funny one. You guys are seeing Mortimer's... Mortimer, say something. Because I'm not seeing you. Hello, Charlie. No, I see you. I see you plenty. Hello, Patrick B. Oh, there. Oh, good grief. There he is. Hello, Mortimer Duke. I have no idea why I wasn't seeing you. Crazy. It was scaring me. I was having a little bit of a panic attack there. Couldn't breathe. Can't breathe. Mortimer Duke, you're such a jerk. I love you. Hello, Purple Kim. Oh, they are so much fun. They are. They're also big jerks. And I seem to have a thing for jerks. Jerry treats. Jerry treats or Scooby snacks for cats. Pretty much. Hello, Mark. Welcome. I didn't even have time to make a thumbnail today, guys. I had to people today again. Saturday is my peopling day, and I don't like peopling day. Yeah, they will. And if they don't, Ava does. Hello, it's a Kristen. Oh, Shackelford. Oh, yes. I'm very, very familiar with Judge Shackelford. I have lots of her. Lots of her. And yeah, I used to get every hearing of hers prior to her deciding to take all of the area that she chief judged away from YouTube. I still haven't thought of the one that I was thinking of. It's in the same realm of Elmore and Gauthier, and he's a Michigan judge. And I used to love his sentencings, and I can't think of his name. But he hasn't been on YouTube for a couple years now. The last time I ran him, Squishy was like, every time I watch your court, it's like a walk down memory lane of all the good judges that we've lost. Ooh. It starts with an S. A fleeting little. Oh, what was his name? Thanks, Chris. I almost forgot that I was trying to figure it out, and suddenly now I'm stuck back thinking about it. It's all your fault. I love you. No. I said hi to you. I did. Hello, Otto. I'll do it again just for good measure. Because I have a set of comments that shows on the video, and you have comments turned on the TV. Where I can turn the comments on the video off. Problem with that is the comment section doesn't show up for like 12 hours. So when people watch the replay crew of the live stream, they don't get to see what you guys have said. And I have long said you guys are the funniest part of this show. I'm not the funny one. I piggyback off of your guys' genius. Oh, I loved Slavin as well. I really did. I have a lot of him as well. So, I mean, it's all older stuff, of course. It's the archive drive, but does that matter? I mean, we're not exactly reporting journalism news here, like breaking news. Some guy in Gauthier's court got yelled at. Okay. Vagabond found with meth pipe in Bellingham. That's not what we're doing here. Not you, silly. We all know you're here. You know I love you. Aw, thank you, Patrick B. I certainly think so. They all have unique, distinct personalities, and they're like my babies. Yeah, I saw it. I was ignoring it. Thanks for bringing it up again. I did. At that time, I was at Tractor Supply store trying to return. So I bought this patio set. It was just two metal patio chairs with this little table in the middle. It was Red Shed brand. I liked it, but it came missing several of its feet, the little rubber or plastic feet that go on the bottom. And I didn't like that. For one, scraping it across the ground, not good. And I didn't want the bottom of the legs to be exposed to the elements, sitting there on concrete, and have the enamel wear off, and then the legs rust because it was steel. So I decided that I was going to just go in and ask them if they could help me order a set of the little rubber feet from the manufacturer, because it did have a 1-year warranty on it. And the guy's like, no, that's something you have to pursue. I can refund the whole entire thing. We have somebody that wanted one anyways. And I'm like, oh, okay, you know what? I'm not waiting 6 to 8 weeks. And I honestly didn't even really like the chair enough to be going through all the hassle of me having to chase down the manufacturer and me having to pursue everything. So if it had been, yeah, we can contact them. We'll get them ordered for you. I don't know how long it'll take, but just wait. We'll call you when they're in. I probably would have forgotten about it long enough that it wouldn't have mattered. But, him flat out telling me, no, we won't help you. I was just like, you know what? Yeah, the next guy in line can have it. I'll just bring it back in. So I had somebody help load it up into my van. Now, mind you, this thing, when I first got it, I wasn't too thrilled because the associate that helped me was super rude. Whatever, I can get past that. He and another guy, when they loaded it into the van, I know the feet had gotten slid down because the seats were all down. And so there was a little space there. And I know at one point the legs had dropped into that, crevice between the seat and the floor. And he was trying to twist it to get it in and trying to maneuver it like that before me and the other guy went around and opened up the side door. And then the guy lifted it up and pulled it forward with the dude in the back pushing. So, but anyways, I didn't think anything of it. And it had literally just gotten put in my van, sat there for a couple days till someone helped get it out, and then sat at the end of Ava's kennel for a week. That was it. I sat in it one time. And when I did, it was really hot out. And those slats, those metal slats, they were hot. They were really hot on my legs. So I was like, yeah, I don't love it enough to keep it and deal with all this hassle. But so I came home. I told them, go ahead, call whoever it was that you think wanted it. And I came home and had someone help put it in my van for me. And I drove it right back, and they pulled it out. And then they told me, we can't accept this back. We're not refunding you. Why? Well, it's bent. How? Oh my God. Okay. What? I don't know, because I didn't use it other than like sitting in it for just a couple of minutes. And it sat in one spot for a week. He goes, well, it didn't leave the store this way. I'm like, well, I'm not really thinking that it did leave the store this way. I'm like, if, oh, and I noticed there, he was like, this chair doesn't even glide right. And I'm like, it's missing a screw. Like, you could clearly see that there was a part disconnected. I'm like, how is it missing a screw? He's like, I don't know. That's not our problem. It didn't leave missing a screw. I'm like, if anything, if it were to have been damaged, it would have been when the two associates were loading it into my van and getting the legs stuck and then twisting it to try to get it out of the hole. That's all I can think of, because other than that, it literally just sat in one spot at my house. And now, mind you, the guy that loaded it, he was really rude to me. He ignored me for several minutes when I first got there because he was sweeping the foyer. And then he was really annoyed when I asked him to help me load it. He claimed it wouldn't fit and said, well, I can just cancel it. I'm like, no, I don't want you to cancel it. I just wasn't expecting it to be a demo model for the floor. I was expecting to pick up a box. So there was just a whole variety of issues, right? The manager said he couldn't accept it back with missing that screw. So I checked the back of the van. Screw wasn't there. And I was so mad that I just got in my van and I left and I drove home, which was like a mile and a half. And I didn't say anything to them at all. I just left it there. And I went home and I looked in my driveway, and where the patio set had been sitting, there was the screw. Okay, so it's so poorly put together that it will lose screws just sitting still in one place. Like, that's not a good sign for me. I'm not okay with this. I originally went in just to get the plastic feet, and I was going to deal with it. You know, I was going to keep it. No, not now. Now I don't really want it. So he called his regional manager when I had went home and said, what do we do? She just drove off. I found this out when I went back, because I went back and I'm like, here's the screw. There's no nut. I don't know where the nut is, but there is no nut. I looked. And so his regional manager was like, well, keep it for 30 days. If she doesn't come back, then, put it in the dumpster. I don't know. And so, but I was back within like 10 minutes and I don't live very far from there. So anyways, he spent like a half hour making various phone calls across the Tractor Supply place world. And then he gets done and he's like, so I can get those feet. And like I said, it'd be 6 to 8 weeks. You good with that? I said, not really, but I'm not going to make that your problem. He goes, well, tell me what your problem is. And so I went through the entire story, what I just told you, like verbatim, as far as what happened with the original associates and then putting it in the van and it getting stuck. And as I'm describing it, he literally walks over to the register, starts clicking some buttons, and he goes, it's going back on your card. I'm so sorry for all of this. Like, I don't know what part of that story caught him. He went from, no, we're not taking it back, you have damaged it, and repeatedly telling me that I was the one who damaged it. I was the reason the screw fell out. I was the reason that the chairs were bent. Like, he repeatedly kept telling me that this was a me problem. And I didn't Karen out or anything. I told him, I'm like, no, I'm really not okay with it, but it's not your problem. So I'll just deal with it. And it went from that to the money's going back on your card. So, but yeah, that's what I got to spend almost my whole day doing. So that's why I missed movie time. Sorry. Long story. I am grateful that Tractor Supply Company refunded it. But for those of you, and apparently, like, this item is no longer even being made, I found out. Because the girl said, well, can't we just order her another one? He says, no, we're not making those now. I know products come and go, but it wasn't out very long. Hello, Eileen and Carlin. I laugh because there's one in my yard. Not tonight, but we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I've got tons of gear, but we'll see. Let's see here. Hello, Dark Zoomy. Nee, nee, nee. It better be kitty crack because that's as close as it gets around here. No, I'm not trying to think of him. No, he was boring as all get out. I never found a single case of his that was interesting enough to watch. And I watched hours of him before I came to that conclusion. Hello, Squishy. No, I'm thinking it like I want to say it was something like Schneider, but I know that's not right. I know Schneider is not the name I'm trying to grab straws from. I can't think of his name. Hello, Shane. Good to see you. Let's see here. I'm just going to scooch through. I am so far behind. That was, I know that was a story. Mark Addy, hello, sweetie. Hello, Wiximo1. Oh, I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy to hear that for you. You must be enjoying it to stay there that long. I'm so happy for you, sweetie. I know what you went through to find it. All right, guys, I'm scooching. There we go. All the way to the bottom. I made it, finally. All right. We are going to watch Church Court tonight, and we're going to time travel a little bit, right? So we're going to start off on what was Friday's hearings. That's where I started. And then we're going to kind of jump to Wednesday and then jump back to Friday. And the reason I'm doing this is when I was watching Friday's hearings, there was a gal in there and the judge had made a comment about her hearing on Wednesday that made me go, I have to go get that hearing. So yeah. When we get there, you'll see. All right.
They're ready to go. Great. All right, very good. Good morning to everyone at the jail as well. When you do hear your name called, please come on forward to the podium and we'll hear your case. Just so everyone over there is aware, we have Mr. Lockhart from the Public Defender's Office in our courtroom today, so I know it may be a little confusing to not have a lawyer standing next to you. I assure you, counsel is going to be appearing on your behalf. You will see Mr. Lockhart when he speaks on camera. With that, Mr. Lockhart, who do you have ready to go? All right, there we go. Counsel, anything else ready to go?
Yes, Your Honor. If we can, is Javier Chavez there?
I'm talking.
Talking to counsel, it sounds like.
Chavez?
I think that's what the deputy said, yeah.
Okay, it's okay.
Actually, no, the deputy said no talking to the defendants.
Then we can call the next matter.
That's Mr. Powers.
It
Client?
is.
Okay, let me double check if Mr. Powers. Mr. Powers isn't there, is he?
I don't believe so. We can call the matter then of.
Mr. Miles or
See Mr. Martin there at the podium.
Martin.
No Powers this morning as of yet.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Martin.
Then we can call the matter then of Javier Chavez.
All right, Javier Chavez. Let's see, this is cause number 6801-37814. Mr. Chavez, good morning, sir.
Morning, Your Honor.
So, I know we saw each other, I think it was just earlier this week. Mr. Chavez, I'll be completely honest with you at this point. I don't know the status of Mr. Powers. He had let us know that he would be ready to go and be unsuspended, I guess, so to speak, midweek this week. And here we are Friday. I don't have any updates on it. I also know that we don't have any other attorney that we can give you at this time. Our only other conflict attorney is Mr. Lackey, and I believe he's unable to take this matter. So here's where we're at, sir. I guess typically the court's remedy in this would be to release you on this, but you're already released on this. You're not actually held on it. So given that, I think we just probably just set the case over at this point. Mr. Chavez, do you have any questions about that?
I don't know. What does that mean, Your Honor?
It means I'm going to set you a new court date, and we're going to keep trying to find you a new lawyer. In the meantime, this is not the reason you're in custody. You're held out of Superior Court. So that would be the court's really only choice at this point, sir.
And Mr. Powers is still suspended.
He's still suspended. Okay. So we're doing our best to try and get you a new lawyer. We do have someone who's potentially going to be signing a new conflict contract with the city, but it hasn't occurred yet, Mr. Chavez. So right now, I don't have a lawyer for you.
I did a little digging, and Mr. Powers is currently on administrative leave. So it's nothing to do with any conduct involving his clients. Typically, administrative leave is that he didn't renew something early enough or he didn't pay for his licensing fees. So he did nothing bad. Mr. Powers is just on a timeout.
And like I said, in that circumstance, what the court would do is release you, but you've already been released on this. So I think that would be the court's preference, Ms. McGrain, is just to set a new pretrial in the hopes that we can find an attorney.
Yeah, that's fine. It looks like, is Speedy running from 5-8?
Let me double check. 8.
There was a little bit of confusion because there was a in custody calendar where the defendant, or where Mr. Powers had not appeared, and so we did an off record, and then there was a later.
It looks like we're running from 5-8, so it'd be 90 days from then.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Chavez, we're not waiving speedy trial or anything like that at this point. So we're still running from May 8th. But given the fact we're still trying to find you an attorney on this matter, I'm just going to have to set it over probably a couple of weeks. That would put us probably to June 22nd at 8:30. Do you have any questions, Mr. Chavez, about that?
I do not, sir.
Okay, I'll be just a minute, sir. I do need to type that up. Is June 22nd okay with the city?
That's fine. I think we're getting a little close to the speedy limit, but that's fine.
Yeah, probably. We'll find a date here real quick. Yeah, I mean, Madam Clerk, is there a date around June 22nd that we could do for out of custody as well? Maybe it's June 23rd. 7:38 on that one. Oh, yes, it'd be a Thursday. How about June 25th? Okay. So we're going to set 2 new court dates for you, sir. If you are still in custody on the Superior Court matters, we'll see you June 22nd, 8:30. If you are released by Superior Court, we would see you here on June 25th at 1:30. All right, so here's what the order says, sir. June 22nd, 8:30, if you remain in custody. June 25th, 1:30, if you're out. I indicated the basis for this continuance, again, is that you don't have or your attorney of record is currently suspended, and we can't find you a new attorney at this point. And again, just to clarify, you're not held on this. So with all that, Mr. Chavez, would you be okay if I have one of our public defenders in court sign this document on your behalf to that effect?
That's fine, sir.
Okay. Let me get out of the document. That is ready for a signature.
Is there a motion to continue?
Oh, yeah, if you refresh,
Okay,
there's
there
a
we go.
motion to continue.
Sorry, I didn't see that.
Okay, I am signing off. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate your patience here today.
Thank you, sir.
All right, any other matters ready to go?
Yes, Your Honor, we call the matter of Alexander McGowan.
All right, Alexander McGowan, cause numbers 5A0194721 and 4A0453861. These are both on for post-conviction probation violations alleged, and they are returned warrants. Mr. McGowan, good morning, sir.
All right.
All right, let me go ahead and get the notice pulled up here. I need just a minute. Okay, Ms. Robillard, looks like 2 violations alleged.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Lockhart, how are we proceeding with those?
And Your Honor, Mr. McGowan is a conflict for our office. He was previously represented by Janisa Richardson. At this time, we're just asking to enter the denial and continue out, and then ask for the referral so we can send that back out to conflict counsel.
All right, Mr. McGowan, at this time, I'm going to enter denials on your behalf then to violations numbers 1 and 2. Ms. Robillard, looks like the warrants, both of these, I think, went out at $2,000 performance bail. Does probation wish to be heard on conditions?
Your Honor, I guess we'd just be asking to maintain the bail.
Okay. So, Mr. McGowan, I'm going to find you eligible for a public defender today. We're going to get you an attorney assigned. As Mr. Lockhart indicated, it sounds like you're a conflict case for his office, unfortunately. But we do have conflict attorneys, so we're going to try and get you another attorney. And then, Mr. Lockhart, you were hoping for just standard dates, you said?
And Your Honor, if we can, let me just see here, 1 week, Your Honor, if possible. These are, with the post-conviction matters, I think, a week to have conflict counsel on board, if possible. And I think the sanction being requested is 5 days.
Is that in fact the case?
That's correct.
Okay. All right. We'll do next Friday then, June 12th.
Or even that Wednesday if it's better for the court.
Yeah, I guess that would actually be 5 days from now. That might actually be better if we were to do that. Wednesday work for you, Ms. Robillard?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So, Mr. McGowan, I'm going to set this as short as I can and to give us time to get you an attorney on board. So I'm going to set it to next Wednesday. That's June 10th at 8:30. That is 5 days from today. I am going to maintain the bail this time, or would find that there is a risk of flight. These have been in warrants. And frankly, you have quite a bit of warrant history, it looks like. So the court is going to maintain the bail, but we'll get you an attorney assigned. I need just a minute to type up the paperwork. I'll be right back with you, sir.
Well, yes. Oh, well, fine. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Great. White. Awesome.
All right, so Mr. McGowan, here's what the order says. Violations 1 and 2 are denied at this time. I am granting the defense request to continue here today so that we can get you a conflict attorney assigned. I have found you eligible for counsel. I am maintaining the bail due to risk of flight. I'm looking, and just about every case you've ever had has gone to warrants, so I am making that finding. If you do post a bail or bond, you'll need to report to the District Court Probation Department immediately upon release. So that's the order here today, sir. Do you have any questions about that?
Yeah, I think you have the wrong person. If you're ever going to switch back to the right person, he's done all his crimes. I believe he's in the McDonald's here in Bellingham in a station wagon with a rooftop, with a box on the roof of his vehicle down there. I guess he stole a mail.
Well, sir, we'll have to address that issue in the future. Right now, according to the jail roster, you are the gentleman that we're addressing. So,
Well, but he gave you a perfect description, not of the guy, but of his vehicle with the box on top. I say you send the full Bellingham Police Department out with a bolo for this gentleman.
so what I'll have you do is talk to counsel about that once we get you an attorney assigned, which we're going to try and do right away. I am going to set an out of custody court date for July 1st at 1:30. All right, Mr. McGowan, are you okay if I have counsel sign the document on your behalf here today?
I don't know.
Okay. You can just indicate refuse, Mr. Lockhart. That's fine. Thank you for that. Thank you, Mr. McGowan. I'm signing off on the paperwork, sir. That concludes your hearing. We'll see you next week. Okay, anyone else ready, counsel?
Yes, Your Honor, if we can call the matter of Joey Navas.
All right. Joey Navas, cause number CB0114142. It's on for an arraignment. Morning, Mr. Navas.
Morning, Your Honor.
All right. I did review the probable cause statement. Does defense wish to be heard on PC?
No, Your Honor, I did review that earlier.
All right. The court does find PC is established for the charge. It is the one count protection order violation, DV. With that, is defense ready on arraignment?
Yes, Your Honor, at this time, we'd asked to waive a formal reading of rights and asked to enter a not guilty plea on his behalf.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Navas, at this time, I'll waive the formal reading at your attorney's request. I'm going to go ahead and enter a not guilty plea on your behalf, which does preserve your rights and defenses to this charge. Ms. McGrain, on conditions?
Thank you, Your Honor. This time, the city is asking for $2,000 cash or court-approved performance bond. This was originally referred as for felony charges. To be totally honest, I'm not sure why they didn't take it. It seems like a pretty clear felony violation, given the history. This also was a case that, the defendant was found at the victim's apartment, which is a fairly egregious violation from the city's perspective. The defendant also has several pending looks like he's got pending charges and then obviously warrants as well. So the city thinks that the cash court-approved performance bond is appropriate and asks that that be imposed. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lockhart.
And, Your Honor, at this time, just indicating that sounds like Mr. Navas is currently requesting a public defender. Sounds like his lack of income or lower income levels would make him eligible for that. He is held on district court, the Bellingham matters, King County, as well as Burlington Muni. So quite a number of other holds, but at this time we're just asking the court to just take all that in consideration of setting any amount of bail.
Thank you very much. All right, well, Mr. Navas, I concur with the city in the point that I actually am a little confused why the county didn't take this case as a felony protection order violation. Really, based on your history, it should be. So you have the two priors. The court is going to find, based on that there is a risk of the defendant interfering with the administration of justice. We have also multiple pending protection order violations. In addition to this, looks like that one out of Burlington, and then what's SOD? Snohomish South. So based on all of that, the court is making that finding, and I am also finding there's a risk of flight. You had 4 active warrants. It looks like some of those may be holds at this point in the Whatcom County Jail, but looks like you're not showing up to court. So based on those two things, court is granting the city's request. $2,000 performance bail or a 10 times bondable amount is going to be the court's order. Other than that, pretty standard conditions. Show up to court on time, don't pick up any new charges, and abide by all active no contact orders. Additionally, due to your previous conviction history, you're not to own or possess firearms or concealed pistol licenses while this case is pending. So those are the conditions, sir. Do you have any questions about that? Nope. Okay. I'm going to find you eligible for a public defender at this time, just based on what defense counsel's indicated here. We'll get you an attorney assigned. We're going to give you 2 court dates, sir. One will be in custody, one will be out. The in custody date going to be June 22nd at 8:30. Out of custody, what's a good Thursday? July 9th at 1:30 in the afternoon if you post the bail or bond. Mr. Navas, are you okay if I have defense counsel sign this document on your behalf today, sir?
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Lockhart. Thank you, Mr. Navas.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
You too, sir. Appreciate it.
Yes, we can call Jasmine Burnett.
All right, calling Jasmine Burnett. We've got several cases here. Cause number is 6A03-11140, 6A02-000186. Those are both on for arraignment. We do have a jail review on 5A01547228. Morning, Ms. Burnett.
Morning.
All right. Counsel, do you want to start with perhaps the jail review? Because I think that's the most straightforward here. Ms. Liu, Ms. Burnett owes 10 days jail. She was given an opportunity on FDS to do electronic home monitoring and never enrolled. She was then given an opportunity to report to jail alts, and as far as I can tell, she was never enrolled there. We received a failure to report from the Sheriff's Department office, I should say. So that's where we're at. Ms. Liu, do you have any position today on the 10 days owed?
Your Honor, can I have 1 minute to talk?
Sure.
For the 10 days jail. For the 10 days jail. Any people to talk to? Because of your medical situation. I have gone. That's it.
Oh, okay. So, can she sit? Yeah, you can sit here.
We'll have her sit right.
Your Honor, I believe Miss Jasmine didn't report to jail because of the medical reasons.
There's no cognate.
You can sit here.
Thank you, Deputy.
Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Anderson, what's the city's position?
I think at this point she's been given at least 2 opportunities to serve
don't
that
think they
time
have
the easy way, and
before
at this
they-
point I just hold the serve.
Why?
Okay. So, Ms. Burnett, I'm just going through the record
I'm not
here.
good, and the nurses in here aren't bringing me anything.
Okay, Ms. Burnett, I'll hear from you in a minute, but I'm gonna make a record here. So, you were ordered to do the 10 days back in November
I
of last
lost my
year.
car.
Okay,
I
hold
got
on, ma'am.
kicked out
I
of the place
understand.
I was staying.
Ms. Burnett, I'll hear from you in just a minute. Please just stop interrupting me. I'm gonna make a record and then I'll let you speak.
Oh, my fucking liver.
Okay.
Bro.
You were
What? Your liver? That's one I've not heard before. My fucking liver, bro. Actually, yes, I have heard that one before when my brother woke up after a bender. Yeah.
revoked from mental health court, found guilty of the charge in November of last year. You were ordered to do the 10 days on electronic home monitoring. You appeared in front of the court in January, hadn't done
I
it. The
get
court
it.
gave
I
you
didn't
another
do anything
opportunity.
wrong. I didn't even commit a fucking crime.
Okay.
My mom is here, bro.
Appeared in
I
late
can't,
January.
like,
Again, you
listen
hadn't
to
done the
this
10 days. The
shit.
court
It's
gave
like
you yet
abuse,
another
bro.
opportunity.
Fuck up.
And then you appeared in
Oh.
March. And at that time, the court revoked the home detention order and ordered you to report to jail alts. You still haven't reported to jail alts. So here we are 7 months later and you still owe the 10 days. So based on that record, Ms. Burnett, you simply owe the 10 days. I'm ordering that you be held to serve the 10 days. You were given multiple opportunities to do this through electronic home monitoring. And you simply didn't comply.
I don't care. It's not ethical, right?
All right, Ms. Burnett, I understand you're frustrated, ma'am,
Whatever.
but I think I've made a clear record for why the court is making this order.
Any food.
Your Honor, we ask to recycle.
Sure. Well, we need to address our other 2 matters because we need to find probable cause. So I am entering the order to hold to serve 10 days jail. I think it's pretty clear Ms. Burnett has had really numerous opportunities to do this, not through sitting in custody, and unfortunately has simply not complied. So, city has a motion, Mr. Anderson, on one of the new charges?
Yeah, it should have been domestic violence. It's written that way in the designated in the report, but failed to put that on the citation. So I think Ms. McGrain loaded that up to amend that charge to DV designated.
Thank you, Ms. Leo. On the 186 cause number, it was charged as non-DV, but it is clearly supported by the reports. It's a DV relationship.
No objections,
Your Honor. No objections? Okay. City's motion is granted there. It is supported by the report. The charge in that cause number is amended to reflect domestic violence. With that, Ms. Liu, the court did review the probable cause on both of the new cases. Did you have any comments on PC?
No, Your Honor.
Court is finding PC is established on all 3 charges. 2 on one of the cause numbers, I believe, and 1 on the other. So with that, I will note that Ms. Burnett left the courtroom here voluntarily prior to her court cases being completed this morning. But with that, Mr. Anderson, what's the city's position on conditions?
Your Honor, Ms. McGrain reviewed this. She was asking for $500 performance bail on each case, or each charge, I should say. So a total of $1,500 is the city's recommendation at this point. Obviously, that was assuming that she was going to be here for arraignment. I guess I'll just maintain that at this point, and that's the city's request.
Sure. All right, Ms. Liu,
Your Honor,
did you want to be heard on
yeah,
conditions?
we reserve the right to address the pretrial release conditions.
Okay, we'll just indicate.
Sorry, to make a record too, I was going to say, sorry. The defendant obviously has criminal history involving the same, protected party and kind of similar situation. There's one prior order violation conviction out of our court. There still is. It looks like it still is tagged as awaiting sentencing for where the underlying order comes out of the assault out of Island County. It looks like there's been some ongoing issues with reporting there, as of even an updated docket note in there is 526 that they're still not getting documentation they need regarding treatment. And I think the docket note, even if you read it, looks like potentially a little frustrated with communication. And so I think given that history, the court's aware of anyway, but that's why the city's making that request. Sorry.
No, certainly. Thank you for making the record. All right. I'll indicate defense reserves. At this time, the court is making a couple of findings. There is a risk of a violent offense being committed here. Ms. Burnett has 1 prior conviction for protection order violation, domestic violence. She has 1 prior. It is technically, it's noted as awaiting sentencing. It is essentially a conviction, however, out of Island County for assault in the 4th degree domestic violence. And now we have 2 new additional violations of the protection order alleged and a malicious mischief 3rd degree domestic violence. So 5 domestic violence charges here over the last about 18 months. Court is also finding there's a risk of the defendant interfering with the administration of justice based on having that prior protection order conviction. Based on all of that, I think that the $1,500 is perfectly appropriate. That's performance bail, 10 times bondable would be fine. And lastly, actually, the court is making 1 more finding. I think there is a risk of flight. Ms. Burnett has really shown over the course of the last year plus that she doesn't report. She doesn't report to probation. She doesn't come to court. She doesn't report to jail. She doesn't really do anything she's ordered to do. So based on all of those findings, the court's granting the city's request. I am going to find her eligible for an attorney here today. She had the public defender assigned on her previous cases, and with the bail imposed, it's appropriate to have one assigned here today as well. All right, we do need to set her for arraignment because we can't do an arraignment without her present. So I guess Friday morning, June 5th, 8:30 will be the arraignment date. We'll do Friday morning at 9:15 if Ms. Burnett posts a bail or bond. All right, and then we will enter the no contact order here today pursuant to statute. Because it is a DV charge, we can do that without Ms. Burnett present. So I'll go ahead and sign off on that. Mr. Anderson, I know we'll readdress it at arraignment, but other than the no contact order, were you just requesting standard conditions?
Was there no contact order?
Or actually, you're not even requesting one, are you? Because
no,
it's just
because we're just not in this case. There's another case where we
got it.
No, not in this case. The city was not because that order's still in effect in Island County.
Sure. Okay. All right. There we go. I'll go ahead and sign off on this. All right, calling Jasmine Burnett, cause numbers 6A03-11140, 6A02-00186, on for arraignment, set over from Wednesday. Morning, Ms. Burnett.
Good morning.
All right, counsel, we got partially through arraignment the other day, but then we're unable to complete it. So I think, I know the court has already found probable cause. Are you ready to go on the arraignment?
Yes, Your Honor. Just going over that we did go over rights with her at the time. We're just asking you to enter a waiver of those rights and enter a not guilty plea on her behalf.
Okay. Ms. Burnett, at this time, I am going to go ahead and waive the formal reading of the charges and your rights. It sounds like you reviewed all that with counsel on Wednesday. I'm going to enter not guilty pleas on your behalf to the 3 new charges. That does preserve your rights and defenses in regard to them. Ms. McGrain, on Wednesday, I think we set the bail. It was 500 performance on each of the charges, total of 1,500, 10 times bondable. City wish to be heard any further on that?
City would just ask to maintain. Thank you.
All right, and then I'm just confirming it was otherwise just standard conditions. Okay.
Yep.
Mr. Lockhart, does defense wish to be heard?
And Your Honor, just asking the court to take into consideration just that Ms. Burnett, her only source of income at this time is on EBT. She has no ability to post any amount of bail. We're just asking the court to take all of that into consideration here. Thank you.
All right. I'll remake the record, I suppose, that I made on Wednesday. I think the court already made a pretty clear record on this. But, Ms. Burnett, I am granting the city's request, and I'm going to explain why. It's going to be the $500 per charge. It's a total of $1,500. 10 times bondable is acceptable to the court. And there's really a couple of reasons. One, I am going to have to find there is a risk of a violent offense being committed. You have a couple of prior DV convictions. You have the protection order violation out of this court. You have the assault 4 out of Island County that still indicates.
Right mind to talk to everybody that.
What was that?
I was feeling good. You know, I'm losing so much weight in here. I can't eat anything. I've been sleeping.
Can you stand in front of the podium? I can't really hear you, Ms. Burnett. The microphone's on the podium.
Oh. See, I was not in my right mind to talk to nobody that day, and I'm like, I can't eat anything in here. I've been sleeping the whole time. I have nobody to send me money, sir. I'm like, I really am like struggling.
All right. Mr.
I don't have
Lockhart.
deodorant. I don't have nobody to send me
Ms.
money.
Burnett, hold on.
Commissary.
Mr. Lockhart, if she wants to talk to
Like,
someone today, that's fine. Before we go
disgusting.
through this. It sounds like she's saying she didn't understand anything on Wednesday. So we'll hold off. If
Okay.
Mr. Martin's going to speak with you, Ms. Burnett, before we proceed today. So you can take a seat. Counsel will speak to you when he gets a chance. Okay, and Mr. Lockhart, it looks like we're ready to recall Ms. Burnett.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Burnett, you can come back forward, please.
And it sounds like Mr. Martin answered her questions, Your Honor, so we're just able to proceed on that.
Great. All right. With that information then, I guess just so the record's clear, Mr. Lockhart, you are still asking to waive the formal reading and proceed with the not guilty pleas?
Yes, Your Honor, that is our request.
Okay. Ms. Burnett, having spoken to Mr. Martin over there at the jail again, I will now again waive the formal reading of your rights and the charges based on counsel's request. I am entering those not guilty pleas on your behalf. Mr. McGrain, no further information in regard to the request?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Lockhart, did defense have anything further?
And Your Honor, other than just indicating that Ms. Burnett's only source of income at this time is on EBT, she does not have an ability to post that amount of bail. We're just asking the court to take that into consideration here.
Thank you. All right, so I'm going to go back over this once again. The court is making several findings. There is a risk of a violent offense being committed here. We have multiple prior DV convictions. We now have 3 new pending DV charges, 2 of them protection order violations. There's 1 prior conviction for that as well. Or we'll find that there is a risk of Ms. Burnett interfering with the administration of justice. I'm just not confident, Ms. Burnett, that you're going to stop violating this order. There is some risk of flight as well. Ms. Burnett has some warrant history. So I'm making all 3 of those findings. I think the city's request at this point is perfectly reasonable. We have 6 prior arrests for domestic violence. 6 arrests total, I should say, for domestic violence. 1 was amended to non-DV. 2 are convictions, and now 3 pending. So given all of that, $500 performance bail on each, $1,500 total is the court's order. And that is the basis for it. Standard conditions otherwise, Ms. Burnett, just show up to court on time. Don't pick up any new charges while this matter is pending. And most importantly, you do need to abide by the active no contact order. If there are new violations alleged, you can expect that the bail is only going to get worse from here. So those are the conditions. And also due to previous conviction, you're not to own, possess, control a firearm or concealed pistol license. Madam Clerk, I believe on Wednesday or Monday, whatever day it was, that I found her eligible for counsel. Great. All right. So we've got you an attorney assigned. Counsel, I'm looking at June 22nd, 8:30 for pretrial in custody. Does that work for everyone?
Works for the city.
Works for defense.
All right, and then we're going to set an out-of-custody Thursday. Madam Clerk, what was that?
I don't even know the date, bro.
July
the
9th.
time.
July 9th. Okay, July 9th. What was that, Ms. Burnett?
I don't know what date it is. I don't even know what time it is right now.
All right, well, I'll tell you in just a second. Today is Friday, June 5th. It is about 9:51 a.m. Next court date's June 22nd, 8:30. If you remain in custody, it's just over 2 weeks from now. If you post the bail or bond, We will see you July 9th at 1:30. You do have an attorney assigned, and I think otherwise I've reviewed the conditions. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of the document here. Ms. Burnett, are you okay if I have counsel sign the paperwork on your behalf today?
What's it for? What's it gonna do for me?
It's the release conditions that I just reviewed with you, Ms. Burnett. It's fine.
Can I just go to treatment or something?
That's what you're going to
Like
want to
instead of
talk to.
sitting in here?
That's what you're going to want to talk to your attorney about, Ms. Burnett. Like Ms.
He's not
Walker,
here.
You can just note a refusal at this point. Yep.
No, but
Thank you, Ms. Burnett.
And Your Honor, the last two matters that are on the calendar, Ms. Wilson was not transported from the work center as this was a very late add-on, and Mr. Villavazo Oaks, it was a refusal.
Okay, let's note Marissa Wilson first. It was a late add-on, so I understand she was unable to be transported. It's 580508537. I believe. Ms. Liu, any other matters ready to go?
Sorry, what date did you set it to in custody? I'm sorry.
Yes, Your Honor, we can call Aiden Bryan.
Just Friday morning.
Just this Friday. Okay.
Because I
thank
think
you.
she's
Yep.
technically still up for arraignment.
Yep. No, you're right.
Yeah, and I did 9:15 if she posts.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Liu, I apologize. Who did you call?
Aiden.
Aiden Bryan, Your Honor.
Got it. All right, Aiden Bryan, cause number 6A02433367. Morning, Mr. Bryan.
Morning.
All right, counsel, we are here for an arraignment. I did review the probable cause statement. Does defense wish to be heard on PC?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, the court will find there is probable cause established for the charge. Just double checking one thing here. Is this? It looks like it was. Am I misremembering this one? I thought this was a DV. Wasn't it a mother?
It's not his mother. It's an 18-year-old.
Okay. All right.
That is what he said in the reports, is alleged to have said, but the protected party is 18 years old.
Got it. I was relying upon.
Oh, no,
the statement.
trust me, it's very confusing.
The linguistics.
All right. In that case, then I think we're good to go. There is probable cause. Miss Liu, with that, you indicated you're ready to proceed with the arraignment.
Saying someone that is 18 years old that you're intimately pursuing is your mother is not a matter of linguistics, sir.
Yes, Your Honor, we are going to waive the formal reading of rights, waive the formal reading of probable cause, and enter plea not guilty today.
All right, Mr. Bryan, at this time, I'll waive the formal reading. I'm going to go ahead and enter a not guilty plea on your behalf to this charge. It does preserve your rights and defenses in regard to it. On conditions, Mr. Anderson?
Yes, Your Honor. So, confusing. Ms. Rodriguez from our office did have a chance to speak to the protected party alleged victim in this case. She has known the defendant just about 12 or 13 a few years ago, so she is not in any way related to the defendant. I know the report makes it a little confusing, but very concerning behavior. I'm not going to get into all the things that were shared, but very, very concerning and serious behavior. And this is just one incident of that. I realize the defendant has no prior history, it appears, in the state of Washington, but the allegations, when you put it in context that this is not a family member, that this is a young woman who has essentially a stalking protection order, the city is quite concerned. I think the initial order, so we did find it, I don't know, perhaps at the clerk, the initial order, actually, I know it may not have shown up on his criminal history. It's because I think when they issued it, like, this is someone that they, when she applied for the order out of the county, they didn't know his date of birth, so it's actually flagged under a name without the date of birth, right? Because, when you apply for an order against someone you don't know, but who you can apply for that order based on, frankly, a description of whatever name details you have. So it was eventually issued against the defendant, but without his DOB. So those can be linked together, and again, Ms. Rodriguez was able to locate that information, did find the order.
Looks like it maybe
And it may
has
have,
been
because she
showing
died.
up now.
Yeah, I think she. But anyway, so just the context of where that order comes from, that's the type of situation we're dealing with. So I think that changes quite a bit the perspective when you think about what is alleged here. The city is asking for its own anti-harassment order. Ms. McGrain did review, and at this point, I think she would ask for, thinks it's appropriate under the circumstances. We are going to ask, because the defendant was allegedly intoxicated during the incident, we are asking for pretrial monitoring with UAs as well. And then finally, we are going to make a request for some nominal amount of bail. I think $250 performance bail. I realize that he has no other history, but the backstory to this, the context of this being the type of order that this is, and how it arose. These are parties that do not necessarily, other than knowing each other in a certain way, are not. There's no reason for the defendant to be contacting him. The oddness of this particular case, I think it is warranted. So the city's request is for three things: independent anti-harassment order from this case, $250 of performance bail, and pretrial monitoring with UAs.
Thank you very much. Ms. Rodriguez, did you have anything you wanted to add on this one?
Not really. I think Mr. Anderson covered it. I have been in contact, though, with the alleged victim. There is no relationship here. She met him when she was a minor, 12 or 13. Things escalated. She wanted to be left alone, and he just will not leave her alone. So she sought the protection order.
She was 15.
Okay, Mr. Bryan, at this time, I would just suggest, I don't want you to speak about the facts alleged here. Anything you say could ultimately be used against you, so it's not that I don't want to hear from you, it's just that I want to try and protect your rights, Mr. Bryan. So just listen to your attorney's advice. I'll hear from you in a moment if there is anything else you'd like to share.
This stuff that's in there about what she applied for and say it or not.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I just never know sometimes whether. So like the application for the order included that that she did receive included that he had been contacting her using fake phone numbers and then threatening to harm himself if she didn't speak with him, things like that. So that was in her application of why she sought the order and why it was granted. So I think again that whole context, and then you have this incident is why we're asking for these conditions.
Understood. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Rodriguez. All right, Ms. Leo.
Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor. There is an active civil order from the district court, and it's pretty clear Mr. Bryan has no other criminal history in Washington, and the history shows he is a low-risk person. Based on the history, we will ask for the PR release, and we object to the pretrial monitoring.
Thank you very much, counsel. Well, Mr. Bryan, the court takes every case on a case-by-case basis. No two cases are the exact same. The court is weighing the fact that you have no prior criminal history in the state of Washington, as far as I can tell. The court is also weighing the specific facts that we have alleged here. I'm not going to repeat everything the city attorney said, but the facts alleged as reported here are certainly concerning to the court. I've also had an opportunity to take a look at the civil protection order out of Whatcom County District Court, and I am concerned for the safety of this alleged victim. The actions alleged here are quite concerning to the court. Weighing all of this, I am going to have to find there is a risk of a violent offense being committed here. Despite your having no prior history, I am concerned about the allegations in this case. I think $250 bail is appropriate. It's relatively low amount of bail, all things considered, but I think that there does need to be some assurances here that this behavior is not going to continue, because it is exceptionally concerning. So I am going to have to make that finding. I am granting the city's request in this particular case. Additionally, it is clear to the court, based on the police report, that there was somewhat significant intoxication alleged, and that does also lead the courts to some concerns about your ability to follow any court orders entered here today without pretrial supervision. So again, I realize you don't have history.
Under the influence of anything, like right now at this moment, though, if I've been in, jail.
Okay,
the
what
past
I'm
3
telling
days,
you,
so
Mr. Bryan, is that I am finding that there is a nexus between substance use and this allegation. I think that were it not for the intoxication, it's entirely possible we wouldn't be here.
But what if I was just acting like that?
Mr. Bryan, you don't want to talk about what happened, sir. I'm not trying to get you to respond to that. I'm making a record. I'm finding there's a nexus between substance use and this allegation, and I do believe that the least restrictive alternative to ensuring the safety of the alleged victim is to also place you on pretrial supervision with drug and alcohol testing. So what that means, sir, is if you do post the bail or bond, you do need to report to the Whatcom County District Court Probation Department upon your release from custody. They're located on the 4th floor of the county courthouse.
I know, they're in the same building that we're in right now.
It's right next door to the jail, Mr. Bryan.
Yes.
So that's where you need to go check in with them. Conditions: show up to court on time, don't pick up any new charges while this matter is pending, have no drug or alcohol related infractions, don't use or possess alcohol, non-prescribed drugs, or cannabis, don't enter any establishment whose primary business is the selling or serving of alcoholic beverages or cannabis. You will be subject to random testing at probation's discretion to ensure compliance with those conditions. Additionally, the court is entering an anti-harassment order. I'm going to read it to you. You'll be served with a copy of it. This is in addition to the order
I
out
don't
of
harass
district
you
court.
guys, the court, or what?
What was that, sir?
You and the other part.
Okay, that makes sense, yeah.
One of the conditions of that anti-harassment order is it will prohibit you from owning or possessing firearms or concealed pistol licenses while it is active. I double-checked. That was also a condition of the district court order, so it's not really anything new. If you do own any of those items, you would need to surrender them to Bellingham Police Department. So those are the conditions, sir. Do you have any questions about any of that? No? Okay. I'm going to set 2 new court dates. One will be in custody, one will be out. The in custody court date would be June 17th at 8:30. That is 2 weeks from today. The out of custody court date will be so non-DV, so 7/24 is okay? Okay. July 24th at 1:30. Ms. Leo, is there, in regard to counsel, do I need to find Mr. Bryant eligible at this time, or is there a possibility he'll be posting the bail or bond?
Sorry? I might vote bail, but right now I don't. I got these coveralls on me. I got the slippers.
Okay, Your Honor, we ask for appointed attorney.
Okay. So Brian, I'm going to find you eligible for a public defender at this time. You're always free to hire your own if you wish to. Otherwise, we'll get you someone assigned. So Ms. Leo, the pretrial order is ready for a signature. I'm going to pull up the anti-harassment order.
Okay.
This does protect a party by the name of Marin Calhoun. It prohibits you from doing a number of things, Mr. Bryan. Do not cause, attempt, or threaten to cause bodily injury. This includes any type of assault, harass, stalk, or keep under surveillance a protected person. You're to have no contact with them at all. It's face-to-face. It's through a third party. It includes electronic and written contact, texting, phone calls, emails, social media. That stuff is all prohibited with them at this time. Additionally, don't knowingly enter, remain, or come within 1,000 feet of their residence, school, workplace, or wherever they may be. This order also indicates you're not to own, possess, control a firearm, or concealed pistol license. You would need to surrender any of those items to the Bellingham Police Department. It's a pretrial order, sir. It's going to remain in place until the case is resolved, unless it's modified or rescinded in the meantime. Do you have any questions, Mr. Bryan, about the terms of the anti-harassment order?
No.
All right. It's ready for signature. Thank you.
We got that.
All right, there we go. Thank you. I'm signing off. Thank you, sir. All right. Ms. Liu, any other matters ready to be called?
Yes, Your Honor, we can call Jackson Stott. Jackson Shot.
All right. Jackson Shot, cause number 6A0243368. Morning, sir. All right. We are here for an arraignment. Ms. Liu, I did review the probable cause statement. Does defense wish to be heard on PC?
No, Your Honor.
Court is going to find PC is established for the charge at this time. It is the 1 count of assault, 4th degree domestic violence. With that, Counselor, are you ready to go on the arraignment?
Yes, Your Honor. We are going to waive the formal reading of rights, stipulate to the probable cause, and enter plea not guilty today.
All right. At this time, Mr. Schott, I'll waive the formal reading based on counsel's request. I am entering the not guilty plea on your behalf, which does preserve your rights and defenses to this charge. Mr. Anderson?
Thank you, Your Honor. So the defendant was also arrested on a warrant. Sounds like on assault 3. It also sounds like, from the information we have from the alleged victim, that he recently was released from custody, I'm assuming, on that charge, because that really appears to be pretty much, I think, his only other history. The defendant has no other domestic violence history. Obviously, the DUI, looks like a DUI amended. It's alcohol, and then there was, I think, isn't that right? Yeah. And then I think it was that, the A3 which is he's apparently on supervision for that as well. I know it says pending. I'm not entirely sure what's going on, but I guess he was released recently. And it sounds like he's on some type of monitoring. They're also monitoring alcohol and some substance abuse issues there, so that is taking care of that. I think Ms. Rodriguez would like to address the court on behalf of the alleged victim about the no contact order the city is requesting. It sounds like the alleged victim does not want it.
Wait.
At this point, however, the city is requesting the no contact order. I think under with the allegations, the fact that defendants, had obviously auto release on that other case or whatever is going on that felony case.
No, hold on.
At this point, the city is.
Mr. Schott, I'm going to hear from you in a minute, but don't interrupt the city attorney. It's his turn to speak.
The city is fine in this case with a PR release with standard release conditions, but we are asking for the no contact order at this point.
Thank you very much. Ms. Rodriguez.
So I have been in contact with the alleged victim. She let me know that they have been together for 6 years. They do share a 2-year-old child together. The child from the alleged victim is disabled. The alleged victim is the primary source of income, and then she relies on the defendant to watch the child while she works. She is in fear that if the no contact order is placed, she's not going to be able to work, and then her family's going to become homeless again. This is a great fear for her. She's had this in the past, and she stated that this is not typical behavior. It's the first time something like this has happened. She did mention that he did just get out of jail at the end of May on that other charge, and he is being monitored through that charge for UAs regularly. She has friends or family in the area to call for support, and she would certainly call for help if she felt unsafe.
Okay, thank you.
It looks like it was a warrant served on the assault rate. It says Collin County Superior Court.
Yeah.
So.
The assault 3 is nothing.
So, I guess I do have a question. If the major concern here is the child care, when's our normal term about essentially third-party contact for child care? Wouldn't that essentially take care of that? Or is
well, I think that they reside together, and so he would potentially not have housing to be able to watch the child.
Sure.
She doesn't want a no contact order.
Okay, thank you. All right, Ms. Liu, does defense wish to be heard?
Your Honor, we have no objection to the PR release, and we also ask the court to not enter the no contact order per alleged victim's request.
Okay.
Also, the assault 3 had nothing to do with
There were no allegations of substance use or anything here.
No, there was not. Yeah.
All your history here.
Why the assault 3 has to do with my spit landing on an officer's leg, man.
That's the reason why they want the PR release personal reports.
Okay. Well, this is a bit of a close call on the no contact order, but I will tell you, Mr. Schott, you'll be released on your personal recognizance today. As far as I can tell, you have no prior domestic violence history. So you will be PR'd today. Conditions, pretty standard. Show up to court on time. Don't pick up any new charges while this matter is pending. You have to remind me, counsel, is this the one with the allegation of the hand around the throat? Or was that a different one?
No, this is that.
That was this one?
Correct.
That's what concerns me, because it was...
I'm just saying it's a big misunderstanding. There was never assault.
I'm going to have to enter the no contact order at this time, and I want to be clear, that specific allegation is the reason why.
How do you misunderstand a hand around your throat? Like, I can understand misunderstanding a conversation. I can understand misunderstanding when someone turns their back on you and walks out of the room in mid-conversation, but I can't understand, or I can't understand misunderstanding that. It's unambiguous.
I don't need to tell most of the people in this courtroom, but anytime you have an allegation of, essentially choking your hands around the throat, that is one of the major indicators of a very serious, DV issue and a higher risk. So I am going to have to enter it. I will note the objection of defense and the alleged victim, but that's why the court is entering it at this time. So, Mr. Shah, we're going to go through what all this means. Obviously, the court could review that in the future, but at this time I am going to enter the no contact order for that basis.
But she just said, I'm so confused. Can you hear me?
And I'll add that language. I don't know, is that language about the children, is it, I have it standard written, so I can add it to the order if it's not already in there.
Yeah, if you don't mind adding it, I don't
I'll
think it's
add it
actually
right
in the
now.
order.
Yep.
So the other conditions here, Mr. Shaw, there's only 2 additional conditions. You will have to abide by the no contact order. I'll read it to you. You'll be served with a copy of it.
Please, I didn't
And
know
then-
you could hear me. I'm sorry, please. I have to go watch my daughter. I'm sorry for interrupting you. I'm sorry, please.
So,
Please, I'm begging.
Mr. Shaw,
I'm sorry, I interrupted you. and
it's fine. It's fine, Mr. Shaw. I guess I need to be clear
know
with
you
you,
could
and
hear
I think
me.
I've made a record, but the reason I just don't feel comfortable not entering the no contact order here today, and again, it's just an allegation. But the allegation here is your hand around her throat. That is a major
She
indicator.
will
And
come
Mr. Shaw,
forth
I'm
and
not
say
trying to
that
get
that
you to
didn't
argue
happen.
with me. I'm telling you why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm not doing it for
didn't
no
happen,
reason.
and she will tell
I'm
you
not
that.
doing it to try and ruin things for you. I'm doing it because I have a very real concern about the safety of this alleged victim.
She
is
will
why I'm
come
doing
forth
it.
and tell you that didn't happen.
Okay.
That didn't happen.
Well,
She
Mr.
was
Shaw,
trying
all
to
I
get me
can
in
go
trouble
off
when I
of is the
dared.
police report that we have here today, and that's what I'm doing. So I will note your objection, and I've tried to explain myself. This is why I'm doing it.
That is
That is why I'm doing it. So, Mr. Shaw, I would suggest you stop interrupting me at this point.
Get her the
I did add that
motion.
language.
Thank you, counsel.
The no contact.
All right, we're going to set a pretrial hearing. Madam
My
Clerk,
daughter
what's a good Thursday?
What? Homeless?
July 2nd at 1:30 p.m. will be the
Doesn't know
pretrial
what he's
hearing.
talking about. My own wife went out of her way to ask for a no contact order. She went out of her way to request that it
Mr.
not
Shaw, if
happen.
you want to apply for a public defender, you can go ahead and do that online. I'm going to give you the link to go to.
Release the day. It's a personal repugnance of
So where are the streets?
And based on the nature of
You
the
are always
charge,
free to hire your own attorney as well.
an order. And like I said, if you don't
All right.
want to enter no
Ms.
contact
Liu, the
order,
pretrial order is ready for a
please-
signature. I'm going to go through the no contact order. Mr. Schott, the order does protect at this time. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing it, but it's Sydney. It looks like Lestage. It does prohibit you from doing the following things. It says, do not cause, attempt, or threaten to cause bodily injury. This includes any type of assault, harass, stalk, or keep under surveillance a protected person. You are to have no contact with them. It is face-to-face. It's their third party. There is going to be one carve-out to that. I'll get to it. But generally speaking,
How
you
much
have to have any
money did
contact
you
with
my
them.
house?
Okay.
Your Honor, we will
Okay.
ask for my daughter.
Yep, I'm going to keep going through this, Mr. Schott. This includes
My
electronic
house.
and written
I
contacts,
don't
so
even have
texting,
food.
phone calls,
I don't
emails.
even have a car or this food to walk around.
Mr. Schott, let me be clear. You are doing yourself no favors by interrupting the court repeatedly. Please stop talking. Listen. I'm reading this to you. You're not to knowingly enter, remain, or come within 1,000 feet of the residence, school, workplace, or wherever she may be. There is a carve-out to this. It reads that you have children in common, and the court orders that any exchange with the children for purposes of court-ordered or mutually agreed-upon child visitation shall be arranged through a third party. The defendant shall not be present at the same time as the protected person during the exchange, and that these conditions apply only to your conduct insofar as they are consistent with other court orders. So you can have contact with your child. It needs to be through a third party with the exchange. This order does indicate that you're not to own or possess a firearm or concealed pistol license. While this is active, you would need to surrender any of those items to the Bellingham Police Department. And at this point, it is a pretrial order, which means it is going to remain in place until the case is resolved, unless it's been modified or rescinded in the meantime. The protected party can make a motion to rescind it, and the court will consider that. But given the information I have today, I have made the decision that I have made, and I've explained on the record. This does allow for a civil standby. With a Bellingham law enforcement officer present, you can return to that address and grab any undisputed personal items. If you go there without an officer, you would be in violation of this order and subject to additional criminal charges. So, do you have any questions, Mr. Schott, about the terms of that no contact order? If not, it's ready for signatures, Ms. Leo.
How can he have questions? He didn't listen to a damn thing you said. He was too busy protesting.
Get my stuff, or get at least my car. Because it looks like I'm living in a car, so we can override this.
I haven't told the release, but
I need a ride home. I live like 9 miles away. You want me to walk like 12 miles? Supposed to walk 12 miles home? Cops arrested me for something I didn't even do, something in the throat. No.
everything is on
I
record.
never grabbed.
I will not suggest you to do this.
To do what?
Everything is on record.
Good, then the truth, which is that I didn't do that, can be on the record.
No release.
They can release me to walk a half marathon home to get my car. I haven't ran a marathon since like 15 years. Now I have to walk a half a marathon.
All right, I'm signing off. Thank you, Mr. Schott. Thank you, Ms. Rodriguez.
The system is rigged.
Mr. Joseph, I have a guilty plea statement here to 1 count. Looks like it's attempted vehicle prowl. Should it be as attempt?
I think that's what it was, yes.
Okay, so
That's how it was charged, I believe.
it is. Okay.
Sorry, I gotta go back. I'm not too good.
So attempted vehicle prowl, 2nd degree. Pursuant to that, sir, the city's going to move to dismiss trespass 2nd degree and obstructing.
And just to be clear, I think the trespass second was already...
Was it already dismissed?
Or one of those two. Yeah, I think the trespass was already...
Oh,
We
yeah.
didn't go forward with that.
Yep, I see that. Okay. All right. So, Mr. Joseph, that's where we're at. Dismissal of the obstructing. Trespass has already been dismissed. And plea to the attempted vehicle prowl 2nd degree. Have you had a chance to go through this document with your attorney, sir?
Have you talked to his attorney? Yeah.
Who are the attorney?
Talk with my co-counsel.
You talking to
Your Honor, my co-counsel already reviewed everything with Mr. Joseph.
Okay, I understand that, but I'm asking Mr. Joseph. Mr. Joseph, did you go through this with an attorney?
Please answer.
Okay, well, Mr. Joseph, if you don't want to answer any of these questions, then I cannot make a finding that you're doing this knowingly and voluntarily. So, if you don't wish to respond, that's fine. I can't make you, but I'm not going to take your guilty plea. Okay, all right. I guess we're not going to do it then.
He's refused like the last 3 or 4 times.
I was going to say, I mean, I'm at the point where I do wonder if we need to enter a comp order here. I mean, Mr. Joseph has refused. Let me see here. So he was booked in April. So he refused at his first appearance. Bail was ordered. Refused at his 2nd time. He did show up at his 3rd. Then he's refused 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times subsequent. So and now he just left the courtroom. So he's refused 8 of his last 9 hearings. Something's going on. I mean, to me, it sounds like a comp order. Ms. Liu, do you want to enter a comp order on this, or do you think that Mr. Joseph will decide to join us again in the future?
Your Honor, I think we can set for next Wednesday, and we can try to call Mr. Joseph and to confirm if we need to file the 1077.
Okay, we'll give
We
you.
did have a DOC hold too. It looks like they did resolve it, but I don't know if he got a sanction there too. So he did have some other stuff going on too.
Sure. Okay. Well, here's what I think I'm going to do. I was just looking ahead. Wednesday's a lot bigger than Monday right now, and they both have pro tems because we're at conference. So I'm thinking perhaps Monday. Is that better for the city?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Either one is fine. I'm doing next Wednesday, but it doesn't need to be me.
Okay. Miss Liu, yeah, there's only 8 on Monday. There's 17 on Wednesday. So if you're fine, we'll do Monday. Does that still give you plenty of time to try and reach out to Mr. Joseph?
Yes, Your Honor. We can
Okay.
do Monday.
All right, we'll do Monday, June 8th.
Perfect.
Noting the FTA today because he left before his hearing's done. So for speedy purposes, I am noting an FTA. And then, Madam Clerk, does Mr. Joseph still have a get out of custody? June 15th. Okay, we'll maintain that. All right, there we go. I'm just going to sign off then. I just did it on a pretrial form, so we're good to go.
Sorry, guys. I had to let Tiny Kitten in, and then I had to put Snitch in the kennel with his bed. I tried. Yeah, if Snitch doesn't go in the kennel when Tiny Kitten comes in, Tiny Kitten doesn't get to eat. And that's a problem. It's beautiful as ever. I kind of had a feeling that would happen, but she was sitting outside the window meowing. I couldn't just let her stay there. She and Billy both do that. They'll come right to my window. That's why I leave it cracked just a little bit all the time. Air conditioner be damned. I need to put like, I don't know, like some kind of a microphone box outside so that it automatically alerts me. Maybe I'll put like a Ring camera right beneath my window. The neighbors will be like, what the heck? What is she doing? Yeah. Are you happy, Ava baby? Yeah, you got to clean out the cat food cans. Yeah, it's her favorite part. Oh, I want to so bad. I've thought of it. Like, yeah, there's a specific design of doorbell that I've tried to find, and it doesn't exist. I need to invent it. No, not even a little bit. Guys, Squishy found the judge that I had been talking about that I couldn't remember. And he sent me a case of his that he had, and he told me I could run it if I wanted. And I know you guys are not going to complain about more court. So because Squishy said, I'm going to share it. Let's see here.
Objection, man.
Mr. Hensley.
I drive a BMW. Anybody with an autopilot vehicle, you know for a fact he won't do that.
All right. Mr. Hensley, how are you today?
Objection. Malik Bey.
All right. So, Mr. Hensley, we've been through this before. I'm going to call you by the name that's found on the information here.
You have my nationality information. You have my.
So, Mr. Hensley, are you representing yourself today?
Proper persona sui juris.
All right. Are you representing yourself today, sir?
Propria persona sui juris.
All right. So, Mr. Hensley, I'm not certain what you mean by that phrase. All I'd like to know is if whether you're representing yourself today or not. We've had this conversation many times previously. It's up to you, sir. All right. So, Mr. Hensley, you don't have a response for the court?
Well, you don't know what proper persona sui juris is? That means somebody presenting themselves.
All right. So is that what you want to do, is represent yourself today?
I'm presenting myself, Islam, yes.
Okay. And then as we've talked about several times, do you understand that representing yourself can put you at a disadvantage to other folks like the people who have attorneys that are representing them? Do you understand that?
No, I do not.
Okay. What don't you understand about that?
None of it.
You don't understand any of it?
I don't understand how the disadvantage.
You don't understand what?
Did you say the disadvantage?
Yes.
How's the disadvantage? In what term? In what manner?
So the disadvantage would be that they're familiar with the rules of court, that they're trained lawyers and the rules of evidence and things of that nature, things that we've discussed many, many times.
So we talking about law, we talking about codes.
We're talking about statutes, we're talking about court rules, we're talking about case authority.
What
Do you
about law?
understand that you could be at a disadvantage?
I understand law. Are we discussing law or
I'm not gonna play this game. Hey, deputy, I want you brought over here in person. We'll put this all on the record. We're gonna put this on the record in person. We're gonna get Mr. Hensley sentenced today, and we'll make a complete record, as complete as we can, but I wanna do that in person because we can do this all morning via Zoom, and it's just not very conducive to that. So if he can be brought over, and then we'll continue with our doctor until we see him here. What do we have next that we can do?
Yes,
Sure,
sir.
we
Thank
call
you.
the case Triple B Lowell Schwartz, case number 24S. Case number 23S 18766 FH People v. Milton Hensley Bay Jr. Defendant is present. He is in person. He is heard. They administered for sentencing, and in front of him at the podium have provided 2 copies of his right to appellate.
All right. So Mr. Hensley, we are back this morning for circuit court sentencing. He's appearing in person. We did try to start this earlier with him remote at the jail. It just made more sense for the court to have him present where we're not trying to talk through Zoom. So, Mr. Hensley, here we are again today, sir. First, I want to start with this. When I arraigned you a couple weeks ago, you were given the opportunity to request court-appointed counsel, and you were also given the opportunity for the last several months to retain your own counsel. Are you representing yourself today, sir?
For objection, for the record, let the record reflect. My appellation is Malik, title is Big. Works American National under Islam.
Anything else?
Proper persona sui juris.
All right. So, sir, the information that I have in front of me has your listed name as Milton Joseph Hensley Jr. So we've been through this before. Respectfully, I'm going to call you by the name that is listed in the information, Mr. Hensley. So, Mr. Hensley, do you wish to proceed by representing yourself today, sir?
Open my Fifth Amendment right.
All right. You don't wish to answer any questions from the court?
Open my Fifth Amendment right.
All right. So you're not going to answer the court when I'm asking, do you wish to proceed representing yourself today for circuit court sentencing? Do you wish to do that, Mr. Hensley?
Objection. My appellation is Malik, title is Big.
All right. So then let's get this on the record. As far as the PSI, Ms. Bond, it would appear that the court has a copy of this. Mr. Butler apparently has it. And then what do you know about Mr. Hensley receiving this copy? So Mr. Hensley, have you had a chance to review the pre-sentence report, sir?
Objection. My appellation is Malik, title is Big. And for the record, you have my nationality information within your files. So you know my appellation.
All right. So when was our PSI completed, Ms. Bond? Looks like 2/29/04.
Yes.
Got it, reviewed it. And so after the review, that would have went out to all the parties sometime in March. So I also want the record to reflect, I've seen Mr. Hensley several times as it relates to sentencing. He had been appearing for all of his court appearances. He had been cooperating with the court as it relates to expressing his desire to represent himself in these proceedings. He's never wavered from that, which is why the court is inquiring again today. I recognize that sentencing is an important part of the circuit court process. It's certainly a hearing, if you will, that would require and entitle, I should say, the defendant to the assistance of an attorney, which is why I'm asking. However, the court is balancing that with the idea that this circuit court sentencing date has been delayed several times, and the court can't help but glean at this point it just appears to be a delay tactic. The court, we sift that back through the dates, has given Mr. Hensley several times to hire counsel. He expressed that interest. Again, it appears in hindsight that it's simply a delay tactic. Court has given Mr. Hensley several times, actually not even with the sentence that the court's required to give here in a moment, keeping him out on bond to do those things, explore counsel. Even after being arrested on the warrant when he failed to appear, court also gave him the opportunity again to request court-appointed counsel. In fact, the public defender's office appeared at his arraignment. Mr. Hensley Bays had the ability to fill out the affidavit and request counsel. Here this morning, in response to the court's questioning, he does not appear interested in answering the court's questioning. Again, it appears to be a delay tactic. I am comfortable that the pre-sentence report has been provided months ago to Mr. Hensley. I am comfortable Mr. Hensley has been given ample opportunity either to retain counsel, to ask a court-appointed counsel. And therefore, the court's going to proceed with sentencing today. I can't continue to allow this delay of the matter in what appears to simply be at this point, series of incidents and responses, or lack thereof, responses simply to delay the matter. I know Mr. Hensley's been engaged with this. We have several filings that are not court filings that he has continued to send to the clerk's office, some of which he has referenced, none of which have anything to do with the case and or the court's requirement to get him sentenced now that he has been convicted several months ago of these crimes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with then Mr. Buckler. As it relates to the PSI, are you aware of any corrections, additions, or deletions that need to be made with it other than what we've already placed on the record with probation?
I would just ask the court to take a look at offense variable 4 regarding psychological injury to the victim. We did receive a victim impact statement. It looks like it came from Robert Siegel, who was the male occupant of the vehicle. In this case, the victim. We received that just this morning, about 2 hours ago. So I could read that. I do believe it references facts to validate scoring for week 4.
All right. So why don't you read that?
Okay. This is from Rob Siegel, that's S-I-E-G-E-L. He says, I do have things to say to the judge and the proceedings that I would like to be read during the sentencing below. Your Honor, I apologize for not being here in person today, but I could not find the time again to keep seeing this through. The amount of stress and anxiety Mr. Hensley has caused my family is downright disgusting and infuriating. Pull a gun on a family driving down the highway for nothing more than getting out of his way, not getting out of his way fast enough is obscene. My daughter, who was only 9 years old at the time with special needs, was terrified, and it took months for her to feel comfortable riding in any vehicle again because she was scared someone was going to cut her life short for seemingly no reason at all. My wife had to start and is still in therapy over this whole situation, which has thankfully helped her anxiety levels to become manageable, but also is not covered under our insurance. So it's cost us quite a large sum of money, and that brings with it its own stresses to our family and social life. I find myself driving and cannot seem to relax because anyone I see speeding up behind us reminds me of the terrible people in the world and just how ignorant someone can be with disregard for others' lives, including those of its own family and child in the car. Being that there are previous charges against Mr. Hensley for almost the exact same situation where he brandishes a gun and threatens to kill people because of his unchecked aggression.
Soft-sits do seem to be a particularly angry bunch. I don't think I've seen a pleasant one among the lot of them.
Ability to safely operate a vehicle, which then turns to road rage. I plead that the court recognize this man is a danger to society, whose blatant disregard for human life will eventually cost someone to lose theirs, if not his own. Because of all the pain, suffering, financial burdens, and overall creation of trauma and issues In the many lives he's affected, I petition that the court give Mr. Hensley the maximum sentence possible for his crimes, that my family and others he's affected may know some semblance of peace. Mr. Hensley, despite everything you've done to my family over this very long process and the disdain I have for you as a human being, I hope that your time behind bars will allow you to see life differently, and that you can truly find the error of your ways and become better for yourself and your family. So with that statement, I think we have two individuals that are reported by Mr. Stagel to have suffered emotionally from this, his 9-year-old daughter and his wife, both of whom were in chronic time. I think that would validate more than 10 points.
I object to that.
Hold on. So, Mr. Hensley, what is your objection?
Tell him prove everything he's saying. If his wife and everybody went through the trauma, show me the doctor bill and the report that he went through it. Because I can't believe somebody that was slamming the brakes on the interstate at 75, 80 miles per hour deal with trauma. You could have killed us and everything behind me. Ain't no such thing as you got trauma for you slamming your brakes.
All right.
Prove the accusation that he's making. Prove it.
All right. So, sir, I am
Instead
going to
of reading
grant.
the script like you coming from a movie or something.
I'm going to grant the request for scoring OB4 based on the victim impact statement here. It does appear to meet the definition. Now, OB4, for the record, psychological injury to a victim could be scored 10 points if the serious psychological injury may require professional treatment, and in making a determination, the fact that the treatment has not been sought is not conclusive. First, we have the issue of the 9-year-old in the car, apparently with special needs, and dad, victim, has expressed in that statement that was just read into the record how this is still affecting the minor child. And that makes sense in court as it relates to somebody that's 9 years old and was observing somebody pull up next to them and point a handgun at them.
Still haven't been proven for the record.
Mr. Hensley, you've been convicted of that, sir, by the court.
We're gonna have our
Okay?
day. We will have our
So
day.
please let me finish, and then
Yeah,
I certainly will give you the opportunity to address the court before sentencing. And then also, pursuant to the statement that was just read into the record from the wife, who also was in the car, according to the testimony at the trial, she is not only suffering from the effects of this, has sought treatment and continues to seek treatment, which is in line with the OB scoring guidelines that professional treatment may be required, in fact has been, and is still being engaged. So we'll score 10 points for OB4. So that will change our total OBs to 35. And does that change the level?
Good, Your Honor, changes it to a level 4. And so a C4 cell is going to be 523.
All right. Any other additions, corrections, or deletions from the people?
No, nothing from the people, and no, nothing else from the people.
So you've read the statement into the record, then nothing else from victims?
That's correct, Your Honor.
And then anything on behalf of then the people?
Your Honor, the recommendation on the 0 to 17 guideline range is 12 months on count 1 and 2, and 2 years on count 3 preceding the count 2 sentence. The people did initially support that, but with the change in the sentencing guideline range, obviously this does open up, Your Honor, to more opportunity for incarceration if you so choose, and we would leave that at discretion. But otherwise, we ask that you please follow the recommendation as intended.
All right. So, Mr. Hensley, I'm going to give you the opportunity before I ask you to address the court for sentencing. Do you have any additions, corrections, or deletions as it relates to the pre-sentence report?
Yeah.
Do you have any
All
additions, corrections, or deletions?
All those accusations are false, and none of them have been proven.
Okay.
Not one. And he talking with this story.
As it relates to this report, do you have any
I don't have no
additions,
report.
corrections, or deletions? Excuse me.
No, I don't have a report.
All right. So, as it relates to sentencing, is there anything that you want to state to the court before a sentence is imposed?
You know, I have my medical information. You know, I have stage 3 cancer. You know, I have head trauma. You know, I have neck and back injury or something with a drop foot. For the record.
Anything else then, Mr. All right. So Mr. Hensley has provided, it is accurate, information regarding different medical issues that he has, that he is suffering. And They're suffering today, as a matter of fact. However, as the court sat through this trial, it's clear to the court that what Mr. Hensley was engaged in is troubling. The testimony of these victims, where they were traveling on westbound I-96, minding their own business, when Mr. Hensley's vehicle comes up behind them at a high rate of speed, the victim described with great clarity how close Mr. Hensley and his vehicle were to them, to the point they were extremely uncomfortable. Did not, hold on, Mr. Hensley, let the court finish, okay? To the point that they thought they were going to be struck. The victim, I recall, describing being unable to even see the front of Mr. Hensley's vehicle. That's how close.
Your Honor, you just don't understand. See, Mr. Hensley drives a hoopty, and his speedometer was not functioning properly. So he was just trying to get close enough to them so that he could view their speedometer. That's all it was. They misunderstood him. And they panicked, and so to ease their fears, he pulled out a weapon, a firearm, to show them that there was nothing to be concerned about because he could protect them. It's all very logical.
Close it was, meaning the grill headlights. I recall the testimony, and that they immediately got over. Victim then went on to describe that Mr. Henley pulled up next to them and pointed a handgun in this manner, of course, pointing over to the right and directly at these individuals. The victim described how he reached back, started to shield his family, and that they were getting down as best they could. Now, all of that, I think, is certainly actions that would cause the victims here to feel their life was in danger if somebody points a gun at them. The fact that somebody is tailgating back closely behind them on the highway at speeds of 70, 75, 80 certainly puts people in danger, could cause people to be incredibly uncomfortable about what's going to happen next. But it's a long way, Mr. Hensley, the court saying, having sat through the trial, you create the situation by driving in a manner that makes these folks uncomfortable, by coming up on them at a high rate of speed and following it now that closely.
Objection, man.
Mr. Hensley.
I drive a BMW. Anybody with an autopilot vehicle, you know for a fact he won't do that.
Right.
That's a fact.
So Mr. Hensley.
Not what he's giving you on out of his mouth. A fact. An automobile will not get up on nobody. Automatically jam brakes. I told you the BMW does that.
The trial is over. You had an opportunity to cross-examine those witnesses.
I did that, and you deleted everything I said.
Yeah,
and you heard everything that they said was a lie.
So now,
and you know it was a lie.
Let the court finish. All right. So the testimony was as the court has described, and there is no doubt that all of those actions Mr. Hensley is responsible for. That's the ironic part of it. He creates the situation that causes discomfort for these drivers, and then he's the individual that introduces a gun to the situation. The court heard 404B evidence that was remarkably similar, where Mr. Hensley is right on the bumper of a young lady, Grand Rapids, Kent County area, and then when she is very uncomfortable and pulls over and stops, Mr. Hensley again introduces a gun, pointing it at that individual. Now, I mention this because I'm not using that as it relates to a sentencing issue. I'm using that, and that it's clear Mr. Hensley drives in a manner that endangers other people, that causes them to report his activity to other people, and then when they attempt to evade, if you will, what Mr. Hensley has caused, then he introduces a gun to the situation. Now, Mr. Hensley, I don't have to tell you that it's fairly obvious that in today's world, right, today's world of shall issue CPLs, that even if you believe that somehow you're justified in displaying a weapon, and for the record, there's nothing in this trial, nothing this court heard with the 404B evidence or the incident at hand here that we're sentencing you on that would suggest that in any way, shape, or form that you were not responsible, that you had any legal justification to introduce a weapon to it. But even assuming in your own mind that you were, what happens with that in today's world is they would have a very easy avenue to articulate, I felt in fear for my life or great bodily harm, and assuming they were lawfully carrying a gun, could take action, shoot you, in other words. And I can remember just in little Ione County, an incident that occurred just a few blocks from here, in which an individual was tailgating a lawful CPL holder going right down Steel Street over here. And so that individual, much like here, got over, pulled into the car wash to get away from this guy. And the guy behind him pulled right in behind him, much like in the 404B evidence I heard with you. And so what happens is the CPL holder, what is this guy doing? He's crazy, he pulls his gun. Now, you can argue whether he could articulate at that time, whether he felt his life was in danger of death or great bodily harm. But regardless, so what happens is the tailgater, he then also was a valid CPL holder, and he pulls his gun. And guess what they did? They shot each other, and they both died. The ironic thing is maybe it's the one time that a government program worked 100%, because to get a valid CPL, you have to take this course, do all those things, and part of that is shooting your gun 15 times or something, I can't remember.
I worked on home call. I knew about a CPL.
Yeah, well, my point is, so they both hit their mark, and they're dead. And it's started from something just like this. And so my point in demonstrating the story to you, retelling the story is, when you engage in this kind of behavior, it puts your own life at risk. Put your own life at risk. And that you are lucky that hasn't occurred to you, but you certainly have frightened the heck out of people with what I heard in this trial. You certainly were in the wrong, and you're not a valid CPL holder. That's the other problem.
Because I don't need it.
All right, well, I recognize you think that you have some fundamental rights that I'm not aware are found either in state or federal constitution, and you certainly can take those up on review, right?
I'm already in Western District Code already.
So that's fine.
Okay.
You can appeal anything that you'd like, any reason you think you have a valid appeal, but they're simply not found in state or federal constitution. And so here we are today. So that's how we end up with a carrying a concealed weapon, felonious assault, felony firearm. And what the court likes to do, Mr. Hensley, as I'm reviewing this, I will say this, I'm weighing positively in a positive manner here. You stand before the court at age 50, you don't have any prior criminal history.
Exactly.
Which is somewhat remarkable when I heard about the 404B evidence. So
exactly.
I don't know how that didn't result in some sort of crime, but it didn't. And I'm recognizing that, and I'm going to recognize that in the sentence I'm going to impose here in a minute. We do have the sentencing guideline now, which is 5 to 23 months. Court likes to think about the middle. The middle of 5 to 23 is going to be 14. And I also want to recognize that you don't have any prior criminal history. And that I will also recognize until lately that you've been cooperative with the court.
I don't like thinking in the middle, Your Honor. If it's 5 to 23, I personally think 20 sounds like a much more appropriate number.
You showed up to court. That you, as far as I could tell, did your very best to represent yourself, and were adamant about doing so and took this matter seriously. All of those things, I think, are things the court can weigh that are positive to you. The negative, though, sir, is the outcome of this is your actions and one causing this and then making it worse with introducing the gun and pointing it at this family on the date in question.
Can you prove that?
They did prove that.
No,
Beyond a reasonable doubt at trial.
Not.
I recognize you disagree with that.
Because you had
asked the court to decide it.
Photos,
and
you
the
had
court
video,
decided it.
you had somebody in the mouth.
Those are all evidentiary issues that you, again, can explore on appellate review, sir. You're welcome to do that.
Yes.
All right. So as it relates to the carrying a concealed weapon. All right. So carrying a concealed weapon is count or charge number 1. Court's going to impose a sentence of 12 months to 5 years. That's under the minimum guideline range of, or the middle, I should say, of what the court was looking at 14 months. So it'd be 1 year to 5 years with the Michigan Department of Corrections, and you do have credit now for 14 days that you have previously served. As it relates to the felonious assault, now this would be charge number 2. The court's going to impose a sentence of 1 year with the Michigan Department of Corrections to the statutory max of 4 years. You will receive credit for 14 days that you have previously served. And then as it relates to count 3, this is the felony firearm. The court is required, Mr. Hensley, to impose a sentence of 2 years with the Michigan Department of Corrections. And then counts 1 and 2 that I mentioned earlier will be served concurrently with each other, but this count 3 by statute is required to be served consecutive with and preceding these other 2 counts. So 2 years with the Michigan Department of Corrections. As it relates to the monetary obligations, Mr. Hensley, the court is required by statute to impose $130 the crime victim rights assessment. Court's going to impose court costs in the amount of $1,500. There'll be a $60 DNA testing fee, and then required by statute are these state costs in the amount of $68 on count 1, $68 on 2, and $68 on 3. All right, so Mr. Hensley, you do have a right, and this is something you're interested in. You've expressed that interest to seek appellate review of the sentence the court has imposed.
Oh, he will.
If you'd like to do that, you have 21 days from today's date to make that request. You have the appellate paperwork there. All right.
He's already in the district court. You want the case number?
So hold on. So you have 21 days from today's date to make that request. All right. If you want to ask for a court-appointed attorney as it relates to this appellate review, you have a broader window of 42 days to make that request. Okay. Because you were convicted at trial, you have an automatic right to seek this review, meaning that if you ask for that review, then the appellate court will have to take a look at it. All right. So if you can, then there's a pen there. I need you to sign. There's 2 copies of that. One for you to keep, the other one for you to initial and date that you've received it. So if you could do that for me, sir, it's right there on the podium.
You can take that with you. I'm not signing anything.
All right. So for the record, Mr. Hensley Bay is indicating you don't want to sign that, sir?
I'm not signing anything.
All right. So for the record, then, though, I am going to send back with the deputy his copy of the appellate review form. I'm going to place the unsigned appellate review form here. Mr. Hensley, only because we've dealt with this case for so long. If you want to explore these, though, this form is important to you, okay? I recognize that you are refusing to sign it or acknowledge it for the record, but this is something that you want to file timely if you want appellate review of this.
They don't have jurisdiction. So if they don't have jurisdiction, neither do you.
All right. Well, I think that the court has jurisdiction, and if you want this reviewed by a Michigan court, then you need to file that. But I'm going to give that to the deputy. We'll keep it in your possession, and you're free to go.
Oh, thank you, Squishy, for that contribution. You know, it's been a long time since I've seen that one. Yeah, I think it's their way of, how do I say this? Like putting themselves into a family of their Moroccan roots. Like, I don't even know. You know what? Give me just 1 second here. Why do sovereign citizens add El Bay to their name? All right. It's a good question. And, you know, I've never looked it up, just so you know, I can't see chat right now. But it says sovereign citizens, specifically those within the Moorish American movement, add El or Bey to their names as a way to formally shed their government names and legally assert themselves as indigenous, sovereign individuals exempt from U.S. laws. The titles originate from the Moorish Science Temple of America, which taught that African Americans are of Moorish descent and encouraged followers. They are rejecting the straw man entities. The sovereign citizen ideology claims that the government created a straw man or a legal corporate entity. Remember, it's a legal corporate fiction represented by all capital letters on birth certificates to enslave citizens. By changing their names to include El or Bey, followers attempt to legally separate their physical flesh and blood selves from this fictitious straw man and asserting immunity. They believe these names reflect their true status as indigenous or sovereign people, which they falsely argue places them beyond the jurisdiction and authority of federal and state governments. I love that even Google puts in, which they falsely argue. Because of these beliefs, adherents frequently attempt to sign legal documents, open bank accounts, and obtain identification under these adapted names. I love it. Even Google says you're full of shit. So I wonder, so it says the Moorish Science Temple of America encouraged followers. Is it considered a religion? Is that the argument? Yes. It is legally and academically recognized as a legitimate religion. I'm surprised we don't hear more BS about that in their arguments. U.S. federal courts have explicitly confirmed its status as a bona fide religion, protecting its members' rights to worship. Under Illinois law in 1928. That's how long this BS has been going on. It's Islamic influenced. Blends elements of traditional Islam, Christianity, and Black nationalism to promote self-reliance and racial pride. Members study the Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America, also called the Circle 7 Quran, which is separate from the Orthodox Islamic Quran. The faith is built on 5 divine pillars: love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Wow. No, they don't. No, they don't. Abstain from alcohol? No, that's BS. That is BS. They do not. They do not. Not any of the ones we've seen. The disconnect with sovereign citizens. While the legitimate church operates as a peaceful religious institution, sovereign citizen groups are a distinct radical offshoots. You think radical? Nah. I bet none of these guys that we see that claim that they are Moorish, I bet not a single one of them knows the origin, understands the religion, or gives a shit. They just see it as a get out of jail free card. If you would like to know more, I can provide details on. No. Nope, I'm good. I don't want to know more. It's one of those instances where ignorance is bliss. Thank you for that, Eileen. Nice little field trip. Yeah, well, they did say they're radical offshoots, but they're still trying to claim that they're a part of it. What is it? Kind of like the Scientology version of Islam, basically. I know. If you'd like to know more, no. I don't want to know more or more. Oh, you guys. This is fun. This was very fun. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate everyone coming to be here tonight. Thank you, Joey Big Donuts, for buying the membership for someone. Who got that gifted? Who received that gift? I didn't see. I don't see that on my end. And then thank you, Wixom. Wixom gave me a super chat. April Bay. Unless they are naming a body of water after me, no. I mean, I would take that, but that's as close as I get. Yes, join the Discord. They do movies on Saturday. I missed it, but y'all know why. Oh, here we go. What people don't know is that Morocco is one of the most racist countries in the world. Oh my. I genuinely don't know that. What I have seen, I have seen videos where African American people go back. They go to Africa to connect with their roots and get away from the racism of the United States, as they claim, only to find out they're not welcome there, and they don't like it because it doesn't have the luxuries that the United States has, and they are looked down on when they go. So I've seen a lot of videos of that. Yeah, they're treated like trash. Like they're not seen as part of the community. They're not. It's not like the Black community in the United States. They stick together. Like, they are tight. It don't matter who you are. If you're Black, you are welcomed into, like, okay, like the 90%, 99% of them, I swear. Like, it doesn't matter. They stick with their own. And it's not like that in Africa. you skin folk, but you ain't kinfolk. I mean, I've heard that a few times. Party at April Bay. Bring your own booze. Well, I don't think it's far-fetched to say that the Moorish Americans that we know are not educated. No, he's not. No. He's a lot of things. He's a lot of things, but Moore, I don't believe, is one of them. Oh, Kanye worst. I just saw that. I know that's a typo, but maybe it's not a typo. Maybe I just don't know who Kanye worst is. Cousins of Brat. Oh, I know. Right. Cousins too. Cousins are so close. Aunties, they'll raise their, their sister's kids. They will take care of each other. Family first, always with them. It's crazy. Like I have disowned majority of my family. I cut them off for good reason. That would never happen in the Black community. Almost never. I can't say never. Almost never. I did watch a video. What was it? I watched it yesterday or the day before. This teen was having an absolute tantrum. And the mom was like, take her, I'm done with her. And the mom took the phone away from the kid, and it was a holy nightmare. And the mom straight up told the cops, take her, don't bring her back, you're not allowed back here. And that, I was honestly genuinely surprised to see that. I'll put the link for that video down. I'll you know what, screw it. As long as y'all keep commenting, keep the comments up, I'll play the video, because having the comments on the screen will count as alteration, and y'all have to deal with me commenting a couple times. Oh, let me find it. It's got to be in my history for recent. Let's see. Hasn't been that long. I'm sure some of you have seen it, because y'all, it seems like we share in the YouTube recommendations. They're like, oh, they watch this girl, so everything that this girl watches, we're gonna recommend to all of our viewers. Here we go. This is by Body Cam Leak, which I do really like this channel. All right.
Why would this teen think she doesn't have to respect authority just because she wants her phone?
Because she's a brat.
Come on, let's talk to the police. And I don't care. I don't care. She's 16 years old. She don't want to listen to my rules. And she took my phone and I take every month. She's 16. She can't even get a phone. I'm going to let you talk. I ain't about to argue over no child.
So this morning, one of these children, they stole
one of her siblings.
Yes.
That she hates.
Yes. They took $2 out of my purse.
After I got $2. I don't care.
It's my money, though.
All right, let's go. I'll talk to you over here.
I don't care if it was a penny. That's my stuff. After I was nice enough.
She's 16, though.
Okay.
I'm her parent.
Okay. Well, he's trying to talk to me.
Oh, I understand. I'm just gonna.
Anyways,
no, but you should be talking to these kids that just witnessed her breaking all this shit and kicking my door in. You are unruly. Look her up in the computer. How? you up. Leave me alone. But guess what, though? I'm a grown woman. You are 16. You live at my house, but you're not living here anymore. With my lease. It's my name is on the lease. You're not on my lease? Yes, I am. Not no more after today. You're not on my lease. Okay, thank you. Bye. Anyways. Look at this glass. Come look at this glass she broke. I will. She just knocked my grill over. She's tearing up shit. You're not never coming back in here. I don't, Mom. All you have to do is give me my phone so I can get the work. You're not getting no phone. You're 16 years old. If I want to take your phone, you're not getting it. You a kid. I paid for that. Just like you paid for that car. But it's not in your name. Sure, it ain't in my name. Right. I don't got a license, sir. But I got a car. But you paid for it, though. That's yours. So I paid for my phone. I don't care. You feel like you drunk.
Calm down.
Drinking. It's illegal to drink.
Okay, all right. All right, just give me 1 minute so I can figure it out, all right?
You need to take her away from my house.
Okay, well, I understand.
In front of my neighbor.
Okay.
You doing this. She just started that.
All right, just calm down. Hey, stop. Stop. Hey, man, just give me a minute, all right? Hey, do you mind I'll come talk to you in just a second, okay?
It's my house. You're not about to yell in my house at the top of your lungs. You don't pay shit.
All right, okay.
Anyways, this morning.
Okay, just talk to me, all right?
This morning.
Just let her.
No,
I
did not.
Just let her. Don't.
This morning, this morning somebody stole $2 out of my purse. After I was nice and bought people McDonald's yesterday, snacks from the game yesterday, and I was mad. So I was like, Mom, somebody took my $2. Can you find out who took my $2? So after that, I went in my room and I was just talking to myself. You know how you mad, you still want to talk about it over and over. So I was in my room talking about it, and I closed my door so I didn't start nothing with nobody. And she banged in my room. Who are you talking to? I'm like, Mom, I'm mad. I'm talking to myself. I'm not mad at you. You didn't steal the $2. So then the situation started.
If you are walking around your room talking about them taking your $2 and not letting it go after your mom said she'll reimburse you the $2 because she doesn't know who took it, then you are talking to them. Whether you are directly speaking to them, you're still carrying on. You can't shut your mouth and just grow up a little.
Escalating more, and then she snuck in my room and took my phone. She snuck and did it because she know that I'm not gonna allow her to take my phone, and I pay for it every month. Mind you, that bill is $200 plus that you're not even finna put nothing towards to. You can't just be taking my phone. And then she dropped me off to school. I did not go into school because I didn't know how I was gonna get home. So I went home, and then when I got here, she started arguing with me more. And then I told her, "Can I get my phone back? I gotta go to work in a couple hours." So I told her that the bus come at 2:50. The bus never came at 2:50. I don't have no type of phone. She left, and I couldn't even check the bus time. So she got back, and I said, "Can you take me to work?" And she was like, "Yeah, come on." And then when I got out the house, the doors was locked, and I was trying to open the door. She said, "Get away from my car." She think I'm trying to get the phone. I'm trying to get in the car so I can go to work with a phone or not. I need to be to work on time. So then she kept saying, "Get away from my car, get away from my car." And then I was trying to pull on the doors, and then she made me step all the way back to get the phone, and then she locked the door right back and said, "I'm not taking you to work." So then I started getting mad. I was like, "Mom, I need my phone or I need to go to work. If I have my phone, I can call my friend at ICE to get a lift so I can be at work on time. You don't want to let me get my phone. You don't want to let me in a car, so how am I going to get to work?" That's all I'm mad about is getting to work. And then she got all the kids, left, locked the doors, and then my hand was on the door handle while she was driving because I was trying to get in the car with her or get my phone so I can go to work. And then she just sped up. Like, how am I gonna get to work? And then
don't talk to her.
And then she kept pulling around and everything, saying, "Recording her crazy B. So I started saying, "You crazy B" back, because she's always calling us B words and all that stuff. So when I say it back, it's a problem. Like, what? And then she kept going around the block, and then I went to the neighbors and called the police.
So at what point did the window get broken?
With that, the window never got broken. I had a key. First, I was trying to open the window to get in the house, and then I found the key over there. So I went to the side door, I opened it, and I got in the house. And then when she came walking down the street and saying, "You kicked down my door." She don't know I got a key to the side door.
Okay.
You found a key? So you entered a residence that you were told you were no longer welcome in, but you found a key for it, If my neighbor tells me they don't want me to come over there and I find a key under their mat and I enter their home, I have done something wrong.
What happened to your hand?
My hand is when I punched that because I was mad. And then
When
she
you
came,
punched what?
that thing right there.
Like
And
the
then
box on the side of the house? Or? Okay.
And then she came was saying, "Oh, you're not never gonna get back in the house, stupid B." And then I knocked down that, and that's why that is right there.
So you knocked down the grill? Okay. Did
But
you
it's
buy
in-
the phone or did she buy the phone?
I bought it. It's in my dad's name. It's not even in her name. I just paid the bill $142.
Okay. All right. Just hang out here for me. All right. Can you tell me again what's going on?
So this morning she got mad and she said she was missing $2. So I said, Raquel, because we woke up late because my son played football. We had a game yesterday. We woke up late today. Everybody was late. I said, listen, everybody put on whatever and let's get out the door. So I guess she looked to see in her purse and she said she wanted to get her a coffee. I said, Raquel, please let it go. I'll give you the money. I'll give you some money. I'll replace it. That's what I said.
Okay.
I told everybody. They was bickering. And I told everybody be quiet. She's the only one that didn't listen. I said, Raquel, please stop. Get ready for school. She going on and on. I'm talking yelling, cussing, talking. This is all the time with her. Every few days she got an episode going on. So I said, okay, I seen her phones on the floor because that's the only way I can get her attention is to take her phone. I always take her phone because you're my child. I helped you get that phone. So therefore, you're not about to see her and disrespect me in my house. So I grabbed the phone, we leave, and I dropped them off to school. When I came back, she was still here. I said, okay, did you calm down and try to talk to her again? She started trying to overtalk me again, so I shut down. I said, okay, I'm done. So I said, are you going to school? She said, yes. So I drive her to school, and at 12 o'clock, because she get out at 11:30, and I figured since she on her phone, maybe she think I'm gonna pick her up. So I called the school like, hey, is my daughter still there? I was gonna pick her up. They said she never, when I pulled off, she left the school. She never went into the school. When I came back home, she was laying in her bed. I said, you need to get up and put your work clothes on because I'm about to take you to work. So you don't be late because I got stuff to do. She didn't want to do what I said then. So I left again. I came back. She came in the door. The kids, I was picking up from school, about to get them ready because they usually go to their granny house on Fridays. They here getting their stuff ready. She comes in the house. Can I
Does
get
she
my
go
phone?
too or no?
Huh? No, she doesn't go because they have a different dad.
Okay.
Her dad don't deal with her because she stole from his house and he cut her off. I've been raising her by myself with my husband of 15 years, but my husband lives in Maryland. We kind of separate right now, but he's coming back next month. So
Okay.
I asked, I said, well, can I, because I got a phone in my name, but they wouldn't let me get two. So I said, well, can I order one of her names under your name? And she said, yeah. She did pay the bill $143 when she got paid or whatever. But the fact of the matter is, I took you to Metro, I took you to Boost, and they said you got to be 18 to get a phone. She does not have no phone in her name. She can't.
Lady, you are messy. You are messy. And you are teaching your kids that chaos and mess is the way to live.
Get a phone in her name because she only 16. The only reason why I took her phone is because I asked you to be quiet. You keep on causing chaos in the house. Everybody trying to get ready and go. We already late. You're not listening. So when I told her to get ready to go to school and I dropped her off, I was gonna give her the phone after school because I felt like she would be calm by then and we could talk. But you never went to school. So that's two things you did this morning. You was unruly this morning, then you skipped school. Okay? So I said, well, I'm not giving this. I was gonna give her a ride to work, but she started calling me bitch. Started pulling on my door. I said, get away from my car. But the phone was sitting in a cup holder. So my window was cracked. She kept trying to reach her arm in there. Then she kept pushing up on me. So I brought my son out here. Didn't I, Rayshawn? I said, get her. This is why she got dirt on her, and she got a little dirt on him because she said, if you touch me, I'm gonna kick you in your nuts. He still grabbed her, and they both fell on the floor.
Okay.
Then she started trying to bust my window and stuff. Can you go over there? Because I left you alone while I'm talking. Can you get her?
Yeah, can you just go wait by my cruiser?
You see what I'm saying? You see
Okay,
how she
well,
thinks
I
she
gotta
runs
talk to her
everybody?
first, so go wait by the cruiser, please.
You see how she thinks she runs stuff at
Okay.
16 years old?
Yep, go wait by the cruiser, please.
And she not even listening to you. I get it 10 times worse.
I understand that. I'm just trying to figure this out. So if you could just go wait by my cruiser.
Look, you see what I'm saying?
Okay, well, I'm investigating potential criminal activity. So if you want to just
He doing his job. You can't tell him to hurry up.
I have to figure it out. All right. I promise you, I will not be here any longer than I don't have to.
Right.
So.
We all got things to do. You would have been at work if you wasn't doing all that crazy stuff. And anyway, so this is what happened. I pulled off because she kept on. I was gonna take her to work, but she kept on trying to. I'm sorry that you hate me. I love you, sweetheart. I want you to go away. I'm trying to talk to this man. So she kept pulling. The window was cracked. She kept trying to stick her arm in there. So I was like, get off of my thing, because I see she keep leaning on my mirror. I don't want my mirror to break.
Okay.
I had to unlock it manually with my key so I could get everybody in the car, because she was trying to beat on my car. So when I'm pulling off, she's beating on my car, hitting it with stuff. So then I came back around to see where she might have went, and I see her pushing my girl down, and then I see my door fly open, and that one.
Okay, I'm gonna talk to her. So if you can just wait over there.
I did call her out her name because she's pissing me the fuck off. Every couple days, this is what the she be doing. Okay? When we first moved here, she had a whole episode across the street fighting the police, and I begged them not to take her to jail because I know that she's stressed. She don't have a. I sure did, because you in here acting a fool. You're not about to. She wanted me to fight her so bad, but I won't. I'm not gonna be like these other moms that be fighting on their daughters. I got way more strength than what she thinks. She thinks she could beat me. She keeps trying to gauge me into a fight with her, but I'm not doing it. That's why I pulled off and took my kids away from that, because they don't need to be seeing you acting like that. So I came back around here, and she like, and I said, you're not coming to my house. So she ran in here, locked the door, but I got a key, but she holding my top lock to where I can't put the key in. Just doing up shit. So now I said, no, I'm not giving you a ride. You don't want me that job. If I didn't want you to have a job, I wouldn't have signed your permit. You have to get my permission to have a job. So if I didn't want you to win, I wouldn't have signed it. She is always in the middle of some drama. I try to be there as much.
Hey, I'm talking to her. So if you could please just wait by my cruiser. You are literally delaying the process. So if you just want to stand by the cruiser, that'd be cool. If you keep coming over and talking, I'm just gonna put you in the back of it. Okay.
You're a child.
You're jumping in. So
anyway, you can ask my kids. I ain't gotta lie. I told her I would have took you to work, but after you just did all that, I'm not doing shit. I'm not taking you nowhere. Because why would I give you a ride or give you a phone when you ain't calmed down since this morning over $2? When I said I would give you the money, whoever took it, I don't know who took the $2. Siblings do shit like that all the time, but I said to diffuse the situation, can you be quiet? Can you stop arguing with everybody? I'm not talking to nobody, I'm talking to myself. But the thing is, you still be a negative, and we all need to get out the door. You need to get to school, they need to get to school. Like, what is you arguing and cussing and mad about $2 not gonna get it back, and it's not gonna solve it. So I told you I would give you the money back. I want her. I don't know. I want you to help her, please. I don't know if she need to go to St. Thomas and get evaluated. I don't know, but everything you just did was crazy. So anyway, this is what I'm saying. I'm not mad. I'm not trying to get her in trouble over this little bullshit. I just asked her to go to Safe Landing, because if you think that maybe you are grown enough to be on your own, maybe you should go to Safe Landing. You have a job. You have your school. You about to be a phlebotomy. You could be successful. If you hate me so much and you don't want to follow my rules when I tell you to stop, when I say stop engaging, stop talking about this, I will replace it. That's not good enough for you, because you want chaos. Let me tell you something.
for the forms and
When she
everything.
get mad, what she do last time, y'all? Didn't she tear her room up? Tore her room up. She tried to jump out the window. Me and my son had to get her back in, and she like, I just want to get out. She be doing crazy ass shit all the time. I let her have company. I let her go where she want to go. I try to be more of a friend, because I want her to be happy.
So
You're not a friend. You're not a friend. You ain't supposed to be her friend. You're supposed to be her mom. And tell me, you said her father isn't in the picture at all, that he cut her off because she was stealing. Tell me why this child is not in mental health counseling services, especially not if she's trying to jump out the window. Clearly, she's from a broken, chaotic, dysfunctioning home. I mean, that is very well apparent. If she's going through all this, why have you not, as her mother, put her in counseling?
Here's my thing, right? It's like, if where does she work at?
Panera.
So I guess for me, so I can help you out the best, because there's juvenile stuff is a lot more complicated, and there's a lot more of like.
I don't even want her in the system. She does not understand that if she get in that system, it's hard to get out.
So that's why I'm trying to figure out like what would be, I guess, kind of like the best thing for you.
What's my option?
Like without putting her in any sort of a system is like.
She don't got no family members out here.
Yeah,
only me.
so if me just kind of hearing everything, I think the best case scenario, and I'll have to look it up to see if it's something that I'd be able to take her to, if that is an option, because she missed the bus, or at least take her to a bus stop, maybe far like a little bit away from here. But if she can get to work, as long as she can get back like on the bus or whatever else, is that
She has a bus pass. I made sure she had a
so if she can
get to work.
okay, so I'll do a report on it. Just so there's like some documented proof of what's going on. I'll just say like, hey, you didn't want her at this time. You didn't want this to turn into a thing, and I can give you the phone number
She trying to engage me into a fight. I'm not gonna.
I get that.
Kid, man. You're my child.
So I can do that. I can give you a
I
referral
already
number.
got in trouble for disciplining one of my kids, and I'm never about to go through that again.
So I can give you a phone number for CSB, and I guess what I would recommend for today would be let her
transport her to safe landing because you see how she doing. It's time for her to go.
Okay.
I would never try to put her.
Well, that's kind of like a.
She has to agree to go there. I know.
Yeah, it's kind of
Every time I say I'm gonna call, she's straight up.
Yeah, it's kind of a legal mess to be honest with you.
I don't know. I would have took her to work, but I ain't taking her nowhere now.
No, I get that.
I'm not doing nothing for her. I told you not getting that phone ever back, especially now. And don't talk to me, please.
Okay.
You better get her. I'm telling you, because she keep on trying to. I'm telling you.
Well, I can't. So, in terms of like what I can do, and it's all like a matter of like legal precedence.
And do what I need to do and finish. She already been holding my kids up.
Does she have her bus pass on her?
I will get it. It's in my car. I tried to get it to her. I don't know why it's in my car because I gave it to her.
Okay, I'll just meet you back out here.
It's possible now in the garage over by the library.
I need my phone so I can see the buses. I said no. What do you mean? When you're 16 and you disobey me, you get nothing. I need my phone that I paid for. Like, there's no way I can pay for a $200 bill. I'm not giving her the phone because it was a privilege to have an iPhone 16.
No, I get that. So
bus passes. I'll see what time it comes. No, I need my phone. I'm out at 10. And I'll make sure I'll pick you up. No, I don't want you to. What? You see that? I want to go to Safe Landing, so I need my phone. Okay, well, let's call them. A $200 bill that I just paid for. And guess what? And I don't get to use my phone and take the buses. You know I get out late as heck. Like, what? I'm calling Safe Landing right now for you. I need my phone. I told you when you got paid to get a new phone. Mom, you told me to pay my phone and cash at me. And I gave you $100 the other day. Be quiet. I need my phone. Like, I need my phone. She just said she was my money on there. My money on there. My direct deposit. I need my phone. Guess what? I'm going to make sure you have. Okay, I need my phone. I said no. You just broke shit. You just knocked shit over. You just kicked my doors off. No. I paid for that. This is why. She's not allowed in my house.
Just calm down.
Okay, can you give me my phone, though, so I can get to work? What time is it? All I need is my phone so I can leave. The phone that I paid for. Like, what? This is just crazy. Y'all worried about me, but you're not worried about it.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Okay.
Okay, so I can hear the background. I don't know what's going on there. If mom is refusing to let her live there, she's not eligible for it.
She keeps going back and forth. She said she can stay there. The daughter said that she wanted to live or go stay at Safe Landing. So. Give me 1 second.
Somebody is finna give me my phone. I'm not about to drive nowhere. I'm about to get my kids away from you. Okay, well, Mom, I need my phone. Get away from me.
So she
need to go to Safe Landing.
Okay, you need to talk to her.
Hi, how you doing? How you doing? Yeah, I want her to come. She's doing it voluntary. She said she don't want to be there. So do you guys have a bed for her? She just said in front of the police. I need my phone. Please, can you get her away from me? Please. No, I'm begging you. I don't want to deal with her no more. Give me my phone. I just paid for that bill. Just yelling, get her away from us. I need my phone. Get her away from me. Please.
If you don't come over here and calm down, I'm going to put you in the back of the cruiser.
Why? I'm trying to go to work. I need my phone.
And everybody. Stop it.
No, you
right now. Okay. All right. Turn around.
Now you about to run.
Oh, gosh. Stop it. Stop it. You're going to get.
Cop was struggling. He wanted
Stop
to see him get tased, but he can't.
fighting. Not fighting.
He just solved all the cops' problems.
The
with
teen was arrested and charged with resisting arrest and obstruction. Drop your opinion in the comments and hit like and subscribe.
Yes, body cam leak, everybody. It's a good channel. It's a very good channel. But she solved all of the problems. You know, Safe Landing said that they wouldn't take her. And the mom flat out said she didn't want her anymore, which I think is absolutely abhorrent behavior. Absolutely, like, you don't. But the mom created that little demon by teaching her that chaos was the way that you live your life, and by not putting her in counseling that she so desperately clearly needs. Everyone there sucks. I get why the mom took the phone to try to discipline her, but you've created a situation. The child's working. The child does not have reliable transportation, so she's got to rely on friends, the bus, or you, and I don't find you reliable. So you've created the situation where she has to depend on the phone. But yet to you, it's still a luxury, and it's still something that you can take away for discipline. I personally think you need to find a different means of discipline, but you made the comment to the officer, I got in trouble for disciplining my child once, and I'll never go through that again, which tells me that your methods of discipline aren't appropriate. They all sucked in that situation. So. No, but to be fair, she's working, she's paying for it. Her direct deposit is on it, so all of her banking information is on it. She probably has all of her payment methods. She mentioned Cash App being on it. So to access her, her paychecks that she's earned, because you can have your paychecks directly deposited to your Cash App. I do. So a cat jungle. There's no cat jungle. It's the cat towers of Inferno. Donald Westerdale dubbed it that. Yes. I have created a cat utopia. Peacefully. Closely with their families. I love cell phones. Don't get me wrong. I love cell phones. I think they are a necessary tool. I could not imagine not having them in my life. But I've had them as a part of my life since I was 18. And we have come to a point where we rely on it very heavily for everything. People who didn't grow up with them in their lives, and the ones who had home phones, landlines, party lines. Y'all had the party line, we had the zip line. No. I mean, I can understand how you guys wouldn't see it as a necessity. But the younger generation relies on it for everything. I do think there needs to be a disconnect, though. I think there needs to be less social media, less getting stuck on Twitter and Instagram and all of those other ones. And TikTok's the worst. I think people rely too heavily on what other people think rather than making decisions for themselves. And that's one of the reasons why they rely so heavily on the phones. My dad had a leather belt. I remember the snap of it. So he would take it off. Like that man, he could just unbuckle his belt and with one hand just whip it right off, fold it in half, and then he'd go like this. He'd put it together and he'd crack it. He would just yank it, and you'd see it. It would form this O and then just snap. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that very well. And you know what? I think I turned out to be a pretty damn good human. I was a monster as a teenager. I did everything I could to piss my parents off on purpose. I usually used the people that I chose to hang out with and date as my method of torture for my community service officer father. Not proud of it. I once dated a guy. So there was a joke. Oh God, I'm going to regret this, and I know it. There was a long-standing joke when I was a young adult, a teenager. Oh, from late middle school on, where every time I would meet a guy to date, back then, they always had a probation officer. So it became a joke in my house whenever I would say, my new boyfriend's name is John. And my dad and my brothers, what's his probation officer's name? And sadly, I could always tell them. I didn't hang out with the best crowd, all right? But I wasn't like super promiscuous until much later. But there was this one time that I met this guy. I don't even remember his name. And I asked, because I got into the habit of asking them what their probation officer's names was when I would first meet them. And this kid, he goes, I don't have a probation officer, but my psychiatrist says I'm doing really well and soon I'll be able to get off my meds. You're perfect. So it went through my mind when he asked me to be his girlfriend. Yes. Scott, that was his name, Scott. And so I went home. And I told him, I'm like, yeah, I'm going out with this kid named Scott. And my dad says, what's his probation officer's name? And I said, he doesn't have one. My dad goes, oh, I said, yeah, and his psychiatrist says he's doing so well, soon he'll be able to get off his meds. Oh my God, my dad turned colors. I broke up with the guy that afternoon. Like when I say like dating, it was, hey, would you be my girlfriend? Sure, why not? And then we'd play basketball for an afternoon, and then I'd never see them again. Like, you can't really call it a relationship. It was teenager crap. Oh no, I knew better the whole time. I knew better. It was just to piss my dad off. That was all it was for. I told you I was a rotten kid for a little while. I straightened up eventually. I could have been worse. You know, I mean, my brothers were the ones coming home drunk with their friends. My parents having to call the cops on them. I wasn't that one. I was just the one that was dating all of the hooligans. Oh, thank God I grew up. Oh, the joys of 15, 16 years old. Oh, man. Pre-driver's license, walk to the park, and just whoever you see, you're friends with anybody that's in the playground. You know? Oh, I used to love shooting hoops at the basketball court. Yeah, Jason. Had a big crush on Jason. Never dated him. Had a big crush on him. And he didn't end up being a jailbird till much later in life. We all were, you know, but here's the thing. We didn't have cell phones back then to record our stupidity and post it. And I think that's a big problem with today's youth. We were all just as stupid as today's kids. We were. Problem is we didn't post it anywhere. And most of it could, you know, in our adult lives, we can just, you know, sweep it under the rug and pretend it never existed. Unfortunately, I share my stupidity with you guys. Oh, Eileen, don't take it personally. That I don't understand why you are getting so upset over that. I really don't. Lots. Y'all are welcome to share some of your stories. 25-foot ceiling. Wow. You know what I wanted to do is I wanted to take the actual tree and cut it lengthwise and have it affixed to the wall and like with branches and everything. I've seen it done. Let me see if I can find a picture of it. Cat tree. Well, hold on. Real cat tree on wall. Where's the one that I saw that I fell in love with? Okay, this isn't it. So the one that I saw, it was like a birch tree, and they had like this giant stairwell that they it started on the base of the stairwell and climbed all the way up to the ceiling. So it basically encompassed 2 levels of their house. And I'm looking and I'm not seeing it. I saw it years ago. But I wanted an actual tree. I thought that would be so much fun. I am not finding it, guys. I am sorry. But you know exactly what I'm talking about. It was some rich person's house that had it. I can't imagine how difficult it would be to splice a tree completely in half, perfectly enough to apply it to a wall. Man. But it was unique. It was so unique. These are pretty cool. Let me show you this. No. I do not want to. Well, okay. No, I don't want to sign in. No. It wants me to sign into Instagram, and I really don't want to. Hold on. Share screen. Yeah. Okay. So the one over here on the side, that's the one I was trying to show you, but it wants me to sign into Instagram, and I don't want to do that. Get over here. My elbow pad fell, and I need it. But this is pretty darn cool, but it's not real, and I wanted a real tree. Ooh. Spry interior artistic cat tree sculpture. Oh my gosh. You guys, look at this. Look at this cat tower shaped like a cat. I would have it. It's the Trojan horse of cat towers. I love it. Let's see. Ooh, that's a fancy one too. Y'all think I got cat castles? That one's fancy. Yeah, see, I love these, like the handmade wooden ones. This is really cool, but I can't enlarge it. Hold on. Maybe zoom. Here we go. That's a lot. But that's a beautiful cat. I think it's possibly Maine Coon. Zoom. There we go. All right, guys. Man, I love this stuff. Look at that. Oh my gosh, I love it. Can you see it? I can't see what you see. Let me see. Yes, you can see it. I love it. That's so beautiful. And so is that. My cats don't like laying in the baskets, though. I've got 1, 2, 3. I've got 3 of the hanging baskets. They don't want nothing to do with them. They're finally laying in the heated bed. Oh, this is very similar to what I was seeing before. This is very similar. This one's just 1 level, and it's not a birch, but it's still. Like I want a tree that can climb. That's what I want. I'd also love this. I would love this. Fukumaru. Yeah, I would love that. Oh, yeah, that's the one. That's the one I want right there. That's what I love right there. See, aren't these amazing? I love when people love their cats enough to do this stuff. Oh, they're laying on clouds. Even the little Chihuahua dog's up there. They have 2 Sphinx cats. And then a little Chihuahua dog. And 3 Sphinx cats. This one's hiding down here. Oh. That one's just funny. Oh my gosh. Oh, I can't believe how many of these there are. This is the first one that I saw. I can't believe how many there are of those. That's the one. Right there. That's the one I want. Oh my goodness gracious. I love these. All right, guys. That's fun. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I can't do that. I'm not that talented. Well, you just search cat tree built into wall. I mean, that's what I looked up. And then you just go in a little rabbit hole. follow it around. And eventually you find, I don't know, Etsy or something. True. You're absolutely true. You're right there. Yep. Both of these, they had a tether almost is that you're supposed to screw or nail connecting them to the wall to secure them. But I didn't use those at all because I wanted to be able to move them around and not leave holes in the walls. Well, just turn it around and aim it right at yourself when you use it. That'll work. Oh man, Wixamo 1, I absolutely adore you. I want those like railing, like the ledges. I want cat ledges all over and then steps for them to climb and jump down and yeah. You're not a stud. You're a hottie. Oh, you guys, thank you so much. I'm gonna really go this time. I've said it like 4 times. And then I keep getting distracted by you guys. Be safe, be well, sleep sweet, and much love.